You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Prince George's Stadium. We're getting set for the finale in this 6-game series between the Erie Seawolves and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark in Bowie. And boy, has it been a long 2 weeks here at the ballpark. The long homestand finally comes to a close as the Baysox finally have things looking up just enough. They brought out the power early yesterday, something that they'd been hoping for all series, with 2 early home runs in the first inning, one by Hudson Haskin, one by Joey Ortiz, each 2-run blasts. And that clearly took the wind out of Erie's sails as the Baysox were able to cruise to a 7-1 victory. Not only that, with the early power, they also got the key hits late in game. RBI doubles from Ortiz and then by J.D. Mundy earlier on in the game helped just bring the consistency to the table for Bowie, and I think that's the most important thing. If they can carry that with them through the next few games, they should be able to rattle off a big run. Bowie's bullpen pieced things together too. I think that's just about as important. They tossed 5 innings, didn't give up any runs and only 1 hit, struck out 5 batters, and walked only 2 total. But of course, this is an Erie lineup that will try to hammer it out of the ballpark once again. They've collected at least 1 home run in every game of this series. Setting you up for today's game, Erie comes in for number 45 on the year, a 25-19 record this season, a 1-game losing streak, but they are 8-2 over their last 10 and 12-11 when playing on the road. The Baysox game number 43 this season, a 15-27 mark on the year, 1-game winning streak for Bowie, but they're still only 2-8 over their last 10 and 10-15 when playing in front of the home crowds here at Prince George's Stadium. Erie currently 2 games out of first place in the Southwest Division. They're in second overall, just behind the Akron Rubber Ducks, who won last night, a 27-17 record for the Ducks. The Baysox are 11 games out of first place at the moment. They're in 6th overall in the Southwest Division, out of 6 total teams. And the next closest to them is the Harrisburg Senators, who also broke out of a 6-game losing streak last night. A 3.5 games difference between Bowie and the next closest team, 5th place, Harrisburg. Your starting pitching matchup for today's game is Antonio Velez versus Austin Bergner, a rematch of Game 1, as Bergner gets ready to make his second outing of the season second outing of this series for Erie. We said it in his first. It was a bit of a slow start for him when he allowed 7 earned runs in 11 1/3 innings over his first 3 starts. But then he's rebounded since. Over his last handful, he's allowed just 4 earned runs over 30 2/3 innings. But his first start against Bowie in this series, he was coming in with some good understanding of the zone and some breaking pitches that were really picking up swings and misses, but that just wasn't the case with Bowie. He walked 4 Baysox in just 4 2/3 innings. Bowie just wasn't able to drive any of those runners in, and that was the problem. While Bergner really locates well in the top of the zone, he has that hard slider that has drawn attention attention. The Baysox, they just laid off of that slider plenty yesterday. Now that they've got him the first trip through and they're on to the second trip against Bergner in this series, maybe they can read some of those high fastballs, maybe sit on it properly and muscle it out of the ballpark to push back ahead quickly. Now Antonio Velez for the Baysox. He comes in with an 0-5 record and a 7.76 ERA, really hoping for a great rebound from the lefty today. Just too much left up in the zone on Tuesday, and that led to a career-high 5 home runs from Erie. 3 of them were solo shots, and the other 2 were 2-run home runs. So it wasn't super, super damaging, but to have it in that high of a volume is, of course, tough to work with. He still finished 5 innings, though, and that's what's key, is that he's still got distance. And while the Bowie bullpen is a little rested now, they could potentially take the load if Velez gets into a little bit of trouble. But I think if he varies his pitch selection enough today, he probably won't get into too much trouble and should be able to work well, hopefully, through another 5 innings this afternoon. As we get rolling with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, remember, it's Sunday here at Prince George's Stadium, so you know what that means. That means it's time to recap the week that was in Baysox baseball. So when we come back, we'll walk you through the last 5 games of the Baysox series with Erie and get you some key highlights out of the last week here at Prince George's Stadium. You're listening to the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back to Prince George's Stadium here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark in Bowie. And once again, it's Sunday, so you know what that means. It's time to recap the week that was in Baysox baseball and walk you through how the last 5 days have gone here at Prince George's Stadium. Now, we go all the way back in time to Tuesday, May 24th, when Bowie was starting out this series with Erie. And it's a rematch today of that day's starting pitching matchup, Antonio Velez versus Austin Bergner. And Velez was the one tagged aplenty in this game. After a scoreless first and a second strikeout to get going in the second inning, Gage Workman set the tone early for what would be a long day for Velez. Seawolves in their road reds with the white Seawolves on the front. 1-0. Served out toward deep center field. Watson running a long way back. He's got a tough read, and it's out. 106 miles an hour off the bat for Gage Workman. 415 feet away from home plate. That was a necessary one for him. His 4th of the season. And Erie takes the early 1-0 advantage. They would add on a couple more from that point. The only run that Bowie would get in this game would be a solo home run by Cody Roberts. In the 3rd inning, a solo home run by Dylan Dingler broke the brief 1-1 tie. And then a trio of home runs in the 5th. One by Luis Carpio, one by Kerry Carpenter, and one by Parker Meadows. As Velez sets at the chin, drops to the waist, and fires the first pitch home. It's crushed out toward right field and deep. Hall running back toward the wall, and it's gone. The 5th home run of the day for Erie, all of them against Velez, as he holds hands on head in just disbelief on what's been a tough day for the left-hander. It was quite a tough day for Velez and for Bowie, a 7-1 final as they dropped the opener on Tuesday. On to Wednesday's game, the Baysox were hoping to get an early going, but with Drew Rahm making his first start in about a month, he was greeted rudely by Kerry Carpenter. 2-1. Curveball lofted weakly out toward left field, but it's carrying. Watson running back to the wall, and it's out. Wow. That one was only 93 miles an hour off the bat, and it just kept floating out of here. A solo home run for Kerry Carpenter. He only goes the opposite way 28% of the time, and it opens up a 1-0 lead for Erie. Now the Seawolves would put on 3 more runs in the third inning, but Joey Ortiz and the Baysox offense, they would not go down quietly. Bowie made a late charge, and Ortiz put up a late game tying hit.
That's a lot.
The 2-2. Ortiz rips it left side, base hit. This should score Westberg as it goes all the way to the wall. Westberg's down to score, headed to third, being held up is Hanley. He stops there, but it's a game-tying RBI double for Joey Ortiz, and the Baysox are back in it. It's 4-4. Unfortunately, though, as the game stayed tied at 4 going into extra innings, Ryan Conroy could not hold on to that tie in the top of the 10th. The 2-1 pitch, grounded over to the left side and through for a base hit. That'll give Erie the lead as Meadows scores from third base. RBI single for Andrew Navigato on a 3-hit day makes it 5-4 Seawolves. Erie would add on 1 more run in that top of the 10th inning, and the Baysox would go down in order in the home half of the 10th, a 6-4 final on Wednesday. Erie taking the first 2 of the series. On to Thursday, it would turn out to be quite a forgettable day early for Bowie after a couple of base hits in the second inning against Zach Peak and a walk to Andrew Navigato loading the bases. Peak, who, like Drew Rahm the day before, was coming back from a months-long stint essentially on the injured list. It was only 2 weeks on the IL, but had not pitched in a month. He was lifted after reaching his pitch limit, and Tyler Birch, the first pitcher out of the pen for Bowie, gave up a big fly to the first batter he faced, Dylan Rosa. He fires the 1-1 here. Rosa skies it high and deep out toward left center field. Haskin running back a long way. At the warning track, it's gone. Grand slam Dylan Rosa, and Erie breaks out for a big 4-0 lead. There are plenty of highlights on the Erie side that we could roll through from that game, but there's no need to fester on it for too long. The final score would eventually be Erie 17, Bowie just 1. And then we go to Friday night here at Prince George's Stadium. The clouds were a little heavy all day. The tarp had gone on and come off. And once again, opening things up, Kerry Carpenter, he made a good impression against Garrett Stallings. Stallings deals the payoff, and it's driven high and deep out to right field. Cespedes turns, he looks up, and it's gone. Carpenter does it again. He's got his 3rd home run in the series, 14th of the season, and a solo blast makes it 1-0 here in the first. Stallings would give up another solo home run to Gage Workman later in the second inning, and in the 6th, Carpenter tormented him once again.
In their pad, here's the pitch, and a breaking ball drilled high and deep to right. Cespedes back, and Carpenter has done it again. He's in his 2nd of the game, his 11th of the month of May, and his 15th of the year. And he's got a wave for the visiting bullpen, and Erie is broken and open. They lead it 5-0.
So only about 2 batters after that, the rain would hit at Prince George's Stadium. It had been sprinkling slightly for about an inning and a half up to that point, but it started to come down heavily. The tarp was put on the field, and with no end in sight, the game was called from there. It was in the top of the 6th when the game was completed. A 5-0 final, only the 2nd shutout loss of the season for Bowie. But things turned to Saturday, and the Baysox, riding a 6-game losing streak, were really looking for something to be hopeful about. And boy, did they get that early on in the bottom of the 1st against Adam Wolf for Erie. Hudson Haskin went deep. Here's the 2-2. Haskin serves it out toward deep right center field. Meadows running back, feeling for the wall. It's gone! Hudson Haskin says goodbye. A 2-run home run, and the Baysox take the lead here in the bottom of the 1st. It'd be a great day for Joey Ortiz at the plate as well. Had a 2-run home run later on in that same frame after Haskin. And then to help just increase the lead a little bit more, even though Bowie was already leading 5-1, Ortiz would step up again in the bottom of the 7th and deliver this key double.
Here's the 2-2 to Ortiz. Grounded third base side. That's a fair ball. Into the corner as Henderson scores. Haskin heads to third. Does he get the wave? He does. Moore sends him home. The throw's on its way. The slide is in time. They go back to third, and they get Ortiz. But it's a 2 RBI double for Joey, and the Baysox lead 7-1.
That would turn out to be the final. Bowie 7, Erie 1 on last night's game. The only win of the week for the Baysox. They go 1-4. They'll try to finish out 2-4 and hopefully not fall to 1-5 before turning their attention ahead to the upcoming 2-week road trip. As we continue with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, we'll step aside for now. Thank you for joining us on that little recap of the week that was in Baysox baseball. When we return, we'll look around the Eastern League, get you a standings update in full, and maybe walk you through the starting lineups if we've got the time. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Back to Prince George's Stadium one final time on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. And it's a brief last segment as the Baysox have taken the field. We'll step aside for now and be back with first pitch. Join us, won't you? We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy. On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom-tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from Prince George's Stadium. It's the finale of this 6-game series between the Erie Seawolves and your Bowie Baysox. Matt Sabat is with you from the ballpark in Bowie, and as Antonio Velez warms on the mound for the Baysox, the starting lineup for the Seawolves that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in left field, you've got Dylan Rosa, followed by Andrew Navigado at second base, batting second. Gary Carpenter, the DH, bats third. Andre Lipsy is at third base, bats fourth. Quincy Naporti is at first base, batting fifth. Gage Workman at shortstop, sixth. Daniel Cabrera in right field, bats seventh. Eric De La Rosa in center field, eighth. And John Rossoff is the catcher today, batting ninth. The Seawolves are the AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. They're managed by Gabe Alvarez, assisted by John Murray and Dan Reicheball, Ali Cady, Andres Rodriguez, and Alex Oleskowitz. Chris Vick is the athletic trainer. The Seawolves are 25-19 on the year, a one-game losing streak, but 8-2 over their last 10, and 12-11 on the road, just 2 games out of first place in the Southwest Division, second overall. Once more, that lineup for Erie, you've got Dylan Rosa, Andrew Navigado, and Gary Carpenter. Andre Lipsy is Quincy Naporti. Gage Workman, Daniel Cabrera, Eric De La Rosa, and John Rossoff rounding out the 9 for the Seawolves. Prince George's Stadium, 309 feet down the line to both left and right field, 405 feet to straightaway center. A bit of a breezy day here at the ballpark in Bowie, a little bit out to left at the moment. That could help out some of the right-handed batters as Dylan Rosa steps into the batting circle and into the batter's box. Kicks up a little bit of dirt on the back end of it with his right foot. Steps out, adjusts his grip. Antonio Velez is already set to go. He's just waiting for the pitcher. Looks like they don't have the gate closed over in the left field corner, so that's what's adding on to the delay. They've got it closed over to the clubhouse for Erie, but now Velez and Rosa are set, and the left-hander winds and fires the first pitch home, and it's lofted out toward right field fairly deep. Cespedes backing on it, but he curls around and makes the catch. First pitch comes home at 1:06 p.m. on a 79-degree sunny day here at Prince George's Stadium. One pitch and one out. Let's get you that defensive alignment for Bowie. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Andrew Dashbach, Hudson Haskin, and Christopher Cespedes. Cesar Prieto at third base, Jordan Westberg at short, Joey Ortiz at second, and J.D. Mundy is at first. Maverick Handley catches behind the plate for Antonio Velez on the mound. Here's Andrew Navigado. First pitch called a strike on a wide changeup. It's 0-1. Navigado, a .328 average this season, an .852 OPS in 19 games played. 3 doubles, 2 homers, 9 runs driven in, the 0-1. Spoiled foul the other way, and the count goes to 0-2. Antonio Velez, a 6'1", 195-pound, 25-year-old lefty from Miami, Florida, traded to the Orioles just a little bit over a month and a half ago, coming up on 2 months ago from the Marlins organization. The 0-2 hits him. That one just inside on an off-speed pitch to Navigado and plunked him a little bit on the tricep. He wore that one easily, and there's a runner at first now with 1 out. So on to Gary Carpenter, left-hander on left-hander now. As Velez will have to tangle with this runner at first base. Navigado, if he wants to, has attempted 4 steals this season. He's been caught once. But Maverick Handley, he's got a caught stealing rate of over 50% this year. He's got such a great arm. They look for low and away to start on Carpenter in the first pitch. Just misses wide a fastball. Count starts out at 1-0. Gary Carpenter, a .338 average this season with an 11.04 OPS. That's all in 40 games on the year. 8 doubles, 15 home runs, 34 runs driven in. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses low, and the count goes to 2-0. Antonio Velez on the season, 7 games, 6 starts. He has 1 appearance in relief when he was following up Dean Kramer, making his Major League rehab appearance just earlier this homestand. Here's the 2-0. Curveball lofted, left field shallow. Andrew Dashbach ranges down about 10 feet and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Boy, just saying that sentence feels wrong. Dean Kramer's Major League rehab appearance was during this homestand when, it was Wednesday of that series with Hartford? Oh, goodness, that feels like forever ago. Here's Andre Lipsius now. Lefty on righty. As the first pitch comes in, Lipsius swings through at a late check at a changeup low, and the count is 0-1. Your umpiring crew for today's game, Kevin Manzik is at third base, Gabe Alfonso at first, and Dane Ponzak is the crew chief behind home plate, calling the balls and strikes. Scoreless game here in the top of the first, runner at first, 2 away. Velez stares down Navigado and fires the 0-1, swinging a poke over to second. It's picked on the shuffle by Ortiz and sent to first in time for 3 for a quick and efficient 1-2-3 inning by Antonio Velez. We're on to the bottom of the first here at Prince George's Stadium. It's Erie nothing, Bowie coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
Bottom of the first inning here at Prince George's Stadium. Antonio Velez held the Erie Seawolves scoreless in the top half of the frame, and as Austin Bergner warms on the mound for the Seawolves here in the bottom half, the lineup of Bowie Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at shortstop, you've got Jordan Westberg, followed by Gunnar Henderson, the DH, batting second. Hudson Askin in center field bats third. Cesar Prieto at third base, fourth. Joey Ortiz at second base bats fifth. Maverick Hanley, the catcher, sixth. J.D. Mundy at first base bats seventh. Andrew Dashbach in left field, eighth. And Christopher Cespedes rounds out the lineup in right field, batting ninth. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Galvin Christensen is the video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield is the athletic trainer. The Baysox are 15-27 on the season, a 1-game winning streak, 2-8 over their last 10, and 10-15 when playing in front of the home crowd this year. Bowie is 11 games out of first place in the Southwest Division, 6th overall in the 6-team division. Once more, that lineup for Bowie: Westberg, Henderson, Haskin, Prieto, Ortiz, Handley, Mundy, Dashbach, Cespedes, all to face off against Austin Bergner on the mound. Righty on righty to start as Westberg steps in. Bergner kicks high and fires the first, and it's fouled off right side behind the netting, out of play, 0-1. Westberg, a .231 average this season for Bowie, a .792 OPS in 41 games played, 12 doubles, 8 homers, 26 runs driven in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses away a fastball, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. That RBI total leads, or rather the home run total leads the team. The RBI total is second. His 12 doubles, including one picked up last night, is good for fourth in the Eastern League, the 1-1. Bounced foul. I think that one hit off of the catcher, John Rossoff, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Bergner is coming off of a very good start against Bowie earlier in the week. That's one of the fun quirks of the 6-game series that have become the norm in minor league baseball, is that you a lot of times can see a starting pitcher twice in one series. You don't see too many teams going with a 6-man rotation, and if they get one full turn through the rotation, you will see that Tuesday starter again on Sunday. Westberg steps back into the box, ready for the 1-2 pitch as Bergner sends it home. Misses down a breaking ball as Westberg lays off, and the count goes even at 2. Second game in a row that Jordan Westberg has been leading off for Bowie. He hits about .250 win leading off an inning, and he went just 1 for 4 yesterday. 1 for 5, rather, with a double. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3, a changeup on the outside edge, and Westberg knew it. He thought it'd be more of a slider. But that's how the game starts for Austin Bergner, a backwards K. Defensive alignment for Erie today. Dylan Rosa, Eric De La Rosa, and Daniel Cabrera from left to right in the outfield. Andre Lipsius is at third base, Gage Workman at short, Andrew Navigado at second, and Quincy Naporti is at first. John Rossoff catches behind the plate for Austin Bergner on the mound. Here's Gunnar Henderson, righty on lefty, and the first pitch is lofted foul the other way and out of play, 0-1 to start. Henderson, a .295 average this season, a .998 OPS in 41 games played, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 7 home runs, and a team-leading 28 runs driven in. Bases empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning of a scoreless game. Bergner asking for a new baseball. Austin Bergner, a 6'5", 210-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Boca Raton, Florida. Drafted in the 9th round of the 2019 draft from UNC, the 0-1. Muscled up the third base line, but foul. Inside-out swing there by Haskin to just get a piece of it, and the count goes to 0-2. On the season for Erie, Bergner has made 8 appearances, all starts. He's gone 1-1 with a 2.39 ERA. 37 2/3 innings of work, 35 strikeouts, 16 walks, 5 homers given up. Opponents hitting just 146. Here's the 0-2 to Henderson. Misses just high and inside, barely, at 91 miles an hour. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now on Gunnar. Bergner winds and deals the 1-2. Henderson just pieces it. A changeup on the lower outside corner as it rolls just outside the batting circle on the right side. We'll do it again at a ball on 2 strikes. Well, much like Bowie was starting a little bit yesterday when they chased starter Adam Wolf out of the game in just the first inning, long plate appearances to open. Here's the 1-2. Henderson fouls it off again, third base side and out of play. Count stays because it was a 5-pitch battle for Westberg, and it is already going to be the 6th pitch now to Henderson, so 11 total pitches early for Bergner as he's still just trying to collect his second out. They play him to pull as the 1-2 comes into Henderson. It's swung on and missed in the dirt for strike 3. John Rossoff sends it around the horn as Henderson gives up the go. And back-to-back strikeouts for the starter Bergner. 2 away to start the first. Seawolves in their road red jerseys. The white arced Seawolves on the front side, gray pants and black hat. The Baysox in their alternate orange uniforms with white pants. And the black block Bowie on the front side of the jersey and a black cap. Here's Hudson Haskin, bases empty, 2 away in the bottom of the first of a scoreless game. First pitch, Haskin swings through it, changeup down and in. Count starts out at 0-1. 273 average for Huddy this year, an 879 OPS in 37 games played, 8 doubles, 7 homers, 21 runs driven in. Bergner fires the 0-1 pitch, and Haskin grounds it foul, third base side, 0-2. Well, Haskin had laid off a couple of early offerings yesterday, and it caught me off guard, but it worked out well enough for him. He wasn't chasing and eventually just went 1 for 2. Did have the 2-run home run, but was hit by 2 pitches. That's his bread and butter. He's been hit by 9 this season. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a slow grounder over to third. Pitch was in on the hands. Andre Lipsius gloves. Throws it a little high, but it's corralled by Quincy Naporti at first. And the 5-3 putout ends the frame. Was a bit of a long frame for Austin Bergner, 14 pitches, but it was still perfect. We're on to the second here at Prince George's Stadium. Erie nothing, Bowie nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Second inning here at Prince George's Stadium with a scoreless game. Baysox and Seawolves trying to see who comes away with the win in this series finale of what's been a very long 2 weeks here at the ballpark in Bowie. Antonio Velez back to work as Quincy Naporti leads off for the Seawolves. First pitch home, and Velez fires a strike with a changeup just on the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Well, early on, the zone definitely looking a little bit wide on the edges to right-handers, not so much on left-handers. As the next pitch misses down, another breaking ball. Count goes even at a ball and a strike on Naporti. .254 average for Quincy Naporti this season, and .839 OPS in 36 games played, 6 doubles, 10 homers, 28 runs driven in, the 1-1. Fouled off, a breaking ball down low, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. It was a 9-pitch inning for Antonio Velez that did feature a hit-by-pitch. And a breaking ball that just nicked Andrew Navigato on the tricep inside. As we wait for the 1-2 offering to Quincy Naporti here, he steps out and steps back into the box quickly. Wind pushing a little bit out to center field now. The 1-2 just misses high, a fastball. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Antonio Velez, he's got a 5-pitch offering. 4-seam fastball, a 2-seamer. Fires the 2-2 in, and it misses high. Looked to be the 2-seamer there. Count goes full. First full count that Velez has worked today. Opponents hitting 2 for 7 against him on full counts. He struck out 3, walked 5. Bases empty, nobody out in the top of the second inning. Here's the payoff to Naporti. Breaking ball misses away, and it's a walk. Second base runner allowed by Velez today. The first walk. Only the 9th walk he's given up this season. To go along with the 4-seamer and the 2-seamer, he also has a curveball, a slider, and a change. His curve is usually one of his most used secondary pitches. He's always used it to pick up some good ground balls here and there. He's described himself as a ground ball pitcher plenty, but the numbers this season have been bucking that some. Here's Gage Workman. First pitch grounded foul, third base side. Count starts out at 0-1. Ground ball to fly ball ratio of about 0.8, so that means more fly balls. And I was theorizing about this a little bit. I think the last time he came to the mound for Bowie could have something to do with transitioning to a new organization. The 0-1 fouled off right side, and the count goes to 0-2. Gage Workman on the season, a .200 average with a .634 OPS. 41 games played for the switch hitter. He's had 12 doubles, 5 homers, 17 runs driven in. Here's the next pitch. It's checked on, little high. They appeal, and he went. That's a strikeout for Antonio Velez. I'm not too sure how far he might have gone on that one, Workman, but Velez will take it either way. That's the first of the day for the left-hander, 37th of the season. 1 away here in the top of the second. Now, as I was saying really briefly, I have to think that there is obviously maybe some change that the Orioles are looking to implement when they bring in a guy like Velez, when they trade for a guy like Velez. Here's Daniel Cabrera, first pitch to the left-hander, misses wide, a fastball. Count starts out at 1-0. Because remember, he was traded over on April 4th in exchange for Cole Sussler and Tanner Scott. Outfielder Kevin Guerrero was also brought to the Orioles organization. Pickoff over to first base. Not in time, it was close. Quincy Naporti scampered back in as Velez tried for the quick whip, didn't even move the legs before throwing the ball. Here's the 1-0 to Cabrera. Misses high, 2-0. So since he has only been in the organization for about 2 months now, there is definitely a transitional period between what he might have been picking up in the Marlins organization, what they might have been trying to work with him on, and what the Orioles might want to work with him, as the 2-2 is lofted foul behind home plate and out of play. Count to 2-1 on Cabrera. So there's a learning curve. There's an adjustment period, and I feel like we might be in that right now because Velez has had some very, very strong outings for Bowie. Here's the 2-1 to Cabrera. Breaking ball, popped foul again, the other side, and the count goes to 2-2. Cabrera on the season, a 172 average and just a 479 OPS in 36 games played. 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 6 RBI. Runner at first, 1 away here in the top of the second inning of a scoreless game. Velez sends the 2-2, and it's swung on and flared into right center, but hangs up long enough for Hudson Haskin to track it down. He makes the catch softly over the shoulder, and there's 2 away. Back to first base goes Quincy Naporti, and up to the box comes Eric De La Rosa. Again, wind still a little bit out to left field at this point, and with the power that's been in the lineup for Erie in this series, you'd have to imagine that they're going to tag at least one Bowie pitcher for a home run. That's why it's going to be on Bowie to get ahead early. First pitch to De La Rosa. Misses down and in a breaking ball. It's 1-0. 220 average for the center fielder today. 595 OPS in 27 games played. He has 5 doubles, a triple, no homers, 8 runs driven in. Again, a runner at first, 2 away here in the top of the second. Here's the 1-0 from Velez. De La Rosa grounds it right to short. Placed perfectly was Westberg, and he goes the short way to second, where Ortiz receives for the force, 6-4. The inning is over after the leadoff walk. Velez faces no other problems. We're on to the bottom of the second here at Prince George's Stadium. It's Erie nothing, Bowie nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baysox are hitting the road for 2 straight weeks, coming up on Tuesday when they open up a 6-game series against the Altoona Curve. They're back home on Tuesday, June 14th for a 6-game set against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. I should check that. It'll be a 7-game series as the Baysox inherited a game postponed when they visited Binghamton last month. Here in the bottom of the second, Cesar Prieto leads off, and he tries to surprise a bunt, but fouls it off third base side. Little off angle there, and the count starts out at 0-1 on the number 4 batter for Bowie today. It's Prieto, Joey Ortiz, and Maverick Handley, 2 up here in the bottom of the second. A scoreless game. Austin Bergner is back to work for Erie. Here's the 0-1. Prieto lines it to right field and down for a base hit. He's got hits in back-to-back games now, and in 4 of his 5 as a Double-A batter. After trying the bunt, he just decided to go with it and hit it over the shift for a leadoff single. Here's Joey Ortiz. Ortiz, a 206 average this season with a 650 OPS in 37 games played, 10 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 22 runs driven in. Runner at first, nobody out. First pitch home from Bergner. Breaking ball lofted on the infield, shallow right side. It's the right fielder Cabrera making the call and the catch. Prieto back to first base, and there's one gone. But the Baysox will play 6 games next week against Altoona, and then 7 games the week after against Harrisburg, because much like that series with Binghamton, there was a postponed game when Harrisburg visited Prince George's Stadium last month, and because of that, one of the games had to be moved out to FNB Field in Pennsylvania's capital. Here's Maverick Hanley. First pitch fouled off right side. Count opens up at 0-1. Hanley, a 208 average this season with a 644 OPS. All comes in 24 games, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 9 runs driven in. Bergner trying to see if he can spot Prieto out of the corner of his eye. Fires the next pitch home. Changeup misses down, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. So that will be a very tough stretch for Bowie when it does come up in just a little over 2 weeks, because they'll play 7 games in 6 days against Harrisburg, and then 7 games in 6 days against Binghamton. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down on Hanley, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Harrisburg and Altoona, speaking of those 2 teams, they actually had a very interesting game last night. We'll talk about it later. As the 1-2 comes in, and Hanley watches just wide, a changeup, good read. Count goes even at 2. Harrisburg had put on 2 runs in the first inning in their game last night, hosting Altoona, and held a no-hitter going into the 8th inning when Altoona loaded the bases on walks, walked in a run, and got a sacrifice fly. They tied the game without getting a hit. Pickoff throw back to first. It's close, but not in time. We'll wait on the 2-2 to Maverick Hanley. The game went into the 9th before the Curve finally got their first hit. They only finished with 1 hit. And Harrisburg walked it off with a Brady Lindsley solo home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's about as wild as a game as you could ask for when looking at history and quick moments of excitement. Here's the 2-2. Hanley watches high, and the count runs full. First full count that Bergner has worked today. Opponents hitting 1 for 11 against him on full counts, but he struck out 7 and walked 8. Runner at first, 1 away here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, a scoreless game. Bergner holds set at the chest. There goes Prieto. The pitch home is lined to left field. A base hit. That one goes to the corner. Let's see if Moore puts on the go sign for Prieto. He does. It's dug out by Rosa. It's sent home. The throw is late, and the Baysox take the lead. RBI double for Maverick Hanley, and it's 1-0. The hit and run executed to a T. The 4th double of the season for Maverick, his 10th RBI, and the Baysox have a 1-0 advantage here in the bottom of the 2nd. That's the 3rd run in Cesar Prieto's young Double-A career. And now here's J.D. Mundy, who had an RBI double in his own right last night. Hanley's now got hits in 6 of his last 7 games. He's been on such a tear for Bowie lately. Righty on lefty for Mundy as the first pitch is fouled off the other way, cued off the edge of his bat. Over to the Erie dugout. It's 0-1 to start. J.D. Mundy, a 223 average this season with a 633 OPS in 29 games played. 7 doubles, 2 homers, 13 driven in. Bergner comes set. Casually looks back at Hanley at second base. They play Mundy to pull as the 0-1 comes in, and it's lofted out toward right field and deep. Cabrera curls around on it and makes the catch on the warning track, rips it back home into the infield, but Hanley advances to third, beating the throw by a hop. And a productive out for J.D. Mundy puts runner at third, now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here's Andrew Dashbach. Right-hander on a right-hander as Bergner kicks and fires the first pitch. It's checked on, called a strike anyway on a changeup wide, 0-1. 155 average this season for Dashbach, a 647 OPS, all coming in 33 games with a double, 5 homers, 12 RBI. Runner at third, 2 away here in the bottom of the second as the 0-1 comes in. This one lasered up the line at third. It's trouble to the corner, and it's gone! Andrew Dashbach says goodbye. A line drive, 2-run home run to make it 3-0 Bowie. 106 miles an hour off the bat for Andrew. 355 feet away from home plate for his 6th of the season. RBIs number 13 and 14 for Dashbach, and that was a big breakout for him as he'd gone hitless in back-to-back games. That's his 3rd here in the month of May. Now here's Christopher Cespedes. First pitch home to the right-hander is called a strike, breaking ball down. Count opens up at 0-1. Cespedes 0 for 8 on the young season, just his 4th game with the Baysox. Has drawn 1 walk, struck out 3 times. Here's the 0-1. Bounced past the mound, but picked by a well-placed Navigado at second base. He sidearms to first, and the inning is over. But not before the Baysox breakout. An RBI double by Maverick Hanley, and a 2-run home run up the line by Andrew Dashbach. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, none left. As we go to the 3rd at Prince George's Stadium, the Baysox lead 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Third inning here at Prince George's Stadium, a 3-0 Bowie lead as Antonio Velez gets back to work, facing 9-1-2 in the Erie Seawolves lineup. First pitch to John Rossoff, misses down and away for a ball. Count opens up at 1-0. Rossoff, his first start of this series, is batting just 2 for 11 this season. He's appeared in only 6 games for the Seawolves. He's drawn 2 walks, hasn't driven in any runs as the 1-0 misses just wide, barely against the left-hander. Count goes to 2-0. Rossoff, a very interesting character. He's a military man. I believe he's still in the Army Active Reserve as the 2-0 comes in. It's swung on and grounded over to the right side. Tough play on the run for Ortiz, but he gloves it with feet on the outfield grass and softly tosses it to first for the 4-3 putout. That's how the inning gets started for Antonio Velez.
Batting for the Seawolves, left fielder, Dylan Rosa.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Dylan Rosa now. First pitch home. Rosa watches a called strike on a changeup lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Rosa had a very tough time deciphering the strike zone yesterday. He went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Eventually drew a walk, but was taken out on a choice. The 0-1 swung on and missed, curveball down and in, and the count quickly 0-2. Well, Velez just seems to work so well especially in day games, I feel. He just feels a little better. The 0-2 misses high. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. I feel like his fantastic start against Akron, it's going to take me a little bit to go back and find it, was a day game, too. Remember, he tossed 5 innings in that one with only 39 pitches over the 5. The 1-2 misses wide, and the count goes even at 2 on Dylan Rosa. Let's see if I can find it real quick. No, that was a night game. I guess I've lost track. It moved so fast, the sun was still up by the time the game was over. I guess that's what I'm thinking of. The 2-2 grounded foul, third base side, so the count holds. Rosa has really tormented Bowie in this series, too. He's got 2 home runs, hitting .304 overall. A 3-run blast and a grand slam. The 2-2 inside. That one pushes the torso out of the way on Rosa, and the count runs full after Velez started out ahead 0-2. 3-0 Bowie leads here in the top of the third. Velez looks for his second K. The pitch is a curveball checked on, and some incidental contact leads to a foul. Just rolls over to the right side, and the count holds full. Velez working with a quick rhythm, though. Winds and fires already the next. Breaking ball misses high, and that's a walk for Dylan Rosa. Second walk given up by Velez today. This one with 1 out in the third. He walked the leadoff batter in the second, but stranded him. And now here's Andrew Navigado with a double play up for grabs. Navigado this season hasn't hit into a double play. Hits it into the air more often than he hits it on the ground. A 0.7 ground ball to fly ball ratio. As Velez steps in. Here's the first pitch. Navigado flinches at a fastball inside. Call it for ball 1. It's 1-0. Navigado did take a pitch inside his last time up. After falling behind quickly, 0-2. Velez plunked him on the tricep. Well, that was the only base runner in the first inning. Runner at first, 1 away. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball lined out toward right center and down for a base hit. Running in quickly Cespedes to keep Dylan Rosa from advancing anywhere past second base. But that's the first hit of the day for Erie here with 1 out in the top of the third inning. Puts runners at first and second and brings a tying run to the plate, and the most dangerous hitter in the lineup for Erie, perhaps the most dangerous hitter in the Eastern League at this point, Kerry Carpenter. While he was held quiet yesterday, it was his first hitless game in about 2 weeks. Broke a 9-game hit streak after he had already rattled off a 9-game hit streak earlier in the season. Runners at first and second, 1 away here in the top of the third. First pitch, breaking ball, checked on, low and away. They appeal and he didn't go. That seems to be the right call. Carpenter pulled it back. 1-0 to start. Carpenter's hit into just 1 double play this year, a 0.7 ground ball to fly ball ratio. As Velez looks back, lead runner at second, holds the stare for quite some time, now delivers the 1-0, and it's called for a strike. Changeup hits the outside edge, and the count goes even at 1. Well, Velez really seems to be just nibbling on the edges of the zone right now. Doesn't want to give really anything that a guy can turn around on in the meat of the barrel. You got to do that with Carpenter. The 1-1. Fouled off left side. That one middle and high, but it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. I feel like that might be the only time you can get away with a pitch like that. Best bet now might be to go low in the zone. Velez sets. Fires the 1-2. Misses down, a breaking ball, a little bit wide as well, and the count goes even at 2 on Carpenter. 1127 OPS with runners in scoring position this year for the heavy-hitting lefty. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Breaking ball on the lower inside corner. May have gotten a piece, but Hanley holds on. And Carpenter is down on strikes, and a big moment there for Antonio Velez. His second strikeout of the day is the second out here in the third inning. So on to Andre Lipsius. 2 now. 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 2 Lefty on righty in the first pitch home. Lipsius grounds it slowly over to the left side. Picked by Westberg, decides to go to first and gets it there in time. 6-3 putout ends the inning, and after 2 one-out base runners, Velez is still dealing scoreless. He's thrown 44 pitches. That was a 19-pitch inning. Check that, a 9-pitch inning, a quick one. We're on to the bottom of the third here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Nitro Circus is back with an all-new tour coming to Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Fueled by new athletes, new tricks, and the craziest contraptions, the Good, Bad, and Rad Tour presented by A-Shock marries the sketchy, scary, and cringe-worthy dangers of big air action sports to the hilarious comedy of Nitro's lunatic daredevils who risk their lives to send it. Bowie, it's going down at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Tickets as low as $35 are on sale now at Baysox.com. Hey Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
On to the bottom of the third inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie still leads 3-0. Another scoreless frame for Antonio Velez. After giving up 2 one-out base runners, he strands them both thanks to a strikeout and a key ground out. Top of the Bowie lineup due up here in the frame as Austin Bergner continues on the mound for Erie. And the first pitch to Jordan Westberg is a slider that just misses low. It's 1-0 to start. Westberg struck out looking on a changeup away his first time up. That led off the first inning. It was a pitch he realized he probably should have gone after. As the 1-0 pitch comes in, breaking ball called a strike on the lower outside corner. Count goes even at 1. And again, it was such a tough stretch for Westberg over the tail end of April and the start of May. I'm just so glad that he's broken out of it right now on a seasons-long 4-game hit streak. As the 1-1 comes in, it's served off the glove of the pitcher and rolled slowly over towards second. There's not going to be a play. Westberg singles to extend his hit streak to a seasons-long 5 consecutive games now. That one 100 miles an hour, clean off the bat. And the Baysox have the leadoff runner aboard for the second consecutive inning. But yeah, there was that 2-week, 3-week stretch that Westberg was hitting only about 100. 102 specifically from April 20th to May 10th. But he's really turned it around since, and he's not really had any trouble playing in different positions in the lineup, and it's really fun to see. Shows how resilient he is as a player. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson, left-hander, watches a called strike on a curveball away. It's 0-1. Gunnar struck out swinging back in the first inning. It was a 1-2-3 frame for Austin Bergner. But he gave up 3 runs in the second, an RBI double by Maverick Hanley, and a 2-run home run to Andrew Dashbach. Next pitch. Breaking ball called for strike on the upper outside corner to Henderson, and the count to 0-2. But this is what I was talking about a little in pregame, is that things are starting to piece back together finally. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Henderson watches slider down and in, smothered by Rossoff. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Because there have been so many fun individual performances from Bowie. There have been just great days for singular players that may not have been able to carry the rest of the cause toward a win. But it's starting to line itself back up now that guys are hitting at the right time with other guys on base. The 1-2 misses high, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Henderson. Because it happened yesterday, a pair of 2-run home runs in the first inning, and then key RBI doubles in the 6th and 7th to just continue the attack. Not lay off, not take a breather. Keep with it. Runner goes. The 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. The throw to second is just a little short. Westberg advances on his third steal of the season. Baysox do have a runner in scoring position, but Henderson strikes out swinging for the second time today. That's the third of the day for Bergner, and there's one away here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's Hudson Haskin. Right-hander on right-hander. They play him deep on the infield and to pull, but time quickly called as Bergner takes a step off the back of the mound. First of two allotted step-offs, and he'll get ready to face off against Haskin. Righty comes set. Sends the first pitch home. Haskin watches it, a called strike on a fastball away. Count opens up at 0-1. Well, I noticed something different about Huddy the other day when I was walking through the clubhouse. And I picked it out fairly quickly. Usually I'm not this quick-witted, but I said, Hudson, you shaved? He said, yeah, first time all season. I asked why he decided to. No real change to it. Getting a little warmer out there as the 0-1 is called a strike. Fastball on the same spot. It's 0-2. And then yesterday, I asked him about him shaving about 2-3 days ago. Yesterday, he's walking out of the clubhouse, and it looked like about 40% of his facial hair had grown back. And I said, what is going on, man? How did you do that so fast? He said he's never grown a full beard before, but now it's working. The 0-2 misses high, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. But yeah, he's got a decent beard in his official team headshot. And it's not Garrett Stallings caliber, where it's probably about 4 or 5 inches long and is practically like a secondary chin. But it's a dark color, and you can notice it. Here's the 1-2. Haskin reaches for it and pokes it out up the right field line. This one falling, and down for a foul just in the Baysox bullpen. So the count stays to ball and 2 strikes. Bergner staying fairly routine in terms of the pitches per inning so far. 14 pitches in the first, 15 pitches in the second. That was his 12th in this inning. And there's a runner at second with just 1 out, so the Baysox could rattle him a little bit more, especially if Haskin can reach here. Wind out to center field now as the catcher John Rossoff calls for time. He's probably got fresh legs and a fresh arm. This is his first game behind the dish all series. Really got to be careful with him, and Westberg, he made a good jump to pick up that steal. The 1-2 inside and gets by Rossoff. Are they saying that hit Haskin as Westberg scampers to third base? Bergner is down asking what's going on. The umpires are going to come in and converge on this one. Did it hit the back of Haskin's bat while he was still resting it on his shoulder? Because then it could go down as a foul ball. The umpires are going to converge. They're chatting just in between the third baseline and the pitcher's mound. I didn't get as good of an angle on it that I could reasonably say one way or the other. I think they're going to say foul ball. Or no, they're saying wild pitch, it sounds like. Jordan Westberg is staying at third, so it will just be a ball and a wild pitch. So now manager Gabe Alvarez for Erie comes out. He just wants a little bit more clarification on it. The home plate umpire and the crew chief, Dane Ponsack, he went and informed Kyle Moore, who's over at third base. But now Gabe Alvarez is asking for some clarification. So it looks like Haskin must have gotten out of the way just enough, and the pitch must have avoided his bat. So Westberg advances to third on the wild pitch. The infield for Erie will play in now as the count goes even at 2 on Haskin. Big chance here with a lot up the middle as the 2-2 is grounded foul, third base side, count holds. Well, the Baysox have already had a runner thrown out at home with the infield played in this series. I want to say it was 2 days ago. It was. Adam Hall led off the first with a double, stole third, and then was thrown out on a ground ball hit to shortstop by Hudson Haskin. Haskin trying to avoid that here. Bergner takes his time and fires the 2-2. It's called strike 3 on the lower outside corner. Home plate umpire forgot to count for a second. He called it as a regular strike 2, but that's strike 3, and Haskin is down looking. That's the 4th strikeout for Austin Bergner today. Back-to-back punch-outs at a crucial moment for the righty Bergner after the leadoff single and stolen base for Jordan Westberg. Because now it's on Cesar Prieto to try and maybe pick up his first multi-hit game of the season. Third base will play in if Prieto tries to surprise another bunt, but I don't really see that happening with 2 outs. First pitch. He watches it, called for strike on the bottom edge of the zone. A changeup starts the count out at 0-1. But Prieto singled over the shift to the right side back in the second inning. A line drive came around to score on Maverick Handley's double, and a 2-run home run by Andrew Dashbach in the same frame has us where we are now. Bowie ahead 3-0. The 0-1 grounded high over toward the shift, picked by the first baseman Naporti, and he trots over the bag to retire Prieto himself. 3 unassisted in the inning is over. Bowie gets a leadoff single into scoring position with nobody out, but they can't do anything with it. We go to the 4th here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
We're back to Prince George's Stadium here as we move on to the 4th inning. Bowie and Erie closing up this 6-game series while the Baysox hold on to a 3-0 advantage. Matt Sabata is with you as Antonio Velez continues on the mound for the Baysox, and he fires the first pitch home to Quincy Naporti. It misses wide, a changeup. Count starts out at 1-0. We've got a special guest joining us here for the 4th inning. It's good friend Parker Maddox joining. He was a part of the 12 Days of Christmas promotion from this past winter. Next pitch to Naporti is called a strike on the outer edge. It's 1-1. Well, Parker, how are you doing today? How's the day been treating you? I know it's definitely a little hot out with the Sunday day game, but
just how to speak into it.
Just talk away as if
very interesting.
Here's a swing and a miss from Naporti in the count to 1-2.
Yep, 1-2. It's been a very good game so far. Baysox started out strong. It's especially with Handley and Dashbach getting some crucial hits.
Yeah, Handley a RBI double and Dashbach a 2-run home run. Very big home run for Dashbach. Needed that one as he'd been without hits for back-to-back games, but now things are really looking good for Bowie as they lead 3-0. You've been around for a little bit of the week today. You've been doing a lot of the jobs around here at the ballpark. Am I right?
I was assistant to the on-field MC last Sunday.
Here's a diving grab by Ortiz. He uprights and fires to second and gets the runner.
There he goes.
Naporti tried to sneak it up the middle, but you can't get much past Joey Ortiz. That was an excellent play.
Coming up next, Gage Workman.
Yeah, Gage Workman. He's been scuttling a little bit. Does have a 4-game hit streak going right now.
He didn't play last game, though.
Yeah, he had yesterday off, but he's hitting still all right in this series. Does have a couple of home runs. 7 for 16 overall in the set. First pitch.
So far, he's had a walk already this game.
Yeah. So it's been definitely a warm day. Have you taken part in any of the on-field promotions that they have, Parker?
Well, I did last Sunday. I helped Paul down there facilitate him.
Oh, very fun.
Yeah.
Well, did you play in any of them?
I didn't play. I was the guy with the mic.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I was sort of introducing what was what and who was who.
Very cool.
So,
were you at the game last night too?
Yep, last night I was. I did a brief inning of PA announcing.
Oh, fantastic. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Workman, misses high, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Now, if you were here last night, did you see my fantastic performance after the 8th inning on the bumper ball game?
Oh, yeah.
Where I came away victorious.
Yeah.
The champion of the front office.
You went up against an intern.
Yeah, well, that's what they got to get used to, is going up against the big dogs if they want to join in on an internship. That's what they sign up for. I mean, we're here with Parker Maddox here for the 4th inning, a loyal fan of the Baysox, joining in as part of a good promotion back from Christmas time, as the 2-2 to Workman is swung on and missed for strike 3.
He out. He gone.
That's a great one for Velez, a fastball low and away. That's the 3rd strikeout for Antonio this afternoon, and quickly 2 gone here in the 4th. Velez has retired 4 straight.
Did Antonio pitch earlier this series?
He did. He started the first game and did get roughed up a little bit. It was just so funky when you give up 5 home runs. You think you might get tagged for maybe even more than what Velez did, but 3 of the 5 were solo home runs.
Cabrera out center field. It drops and he gets to first base.
So Daniel Cabrera with a single into center, just a little flare, a good line drive shot. That breaks out a 3-game hitless skid for him. He was needing that. Just a first pitch attack in his second at-bat against Velez today. So do you have a lot of thoughts about working in sports, I imagine?
Yep, I have a lot of them. I took, in summer of 2020, I took 2 online pre-college programs on sport management and sports marketing. I worked for the Bethesda Big Train as a game operations intern last summer, and I'm going to do the same this summer.
Here's a shot out to right field by Eric De La Rosa, but ranging in Cespedes, and it's caught. So that's a quick frame for Antonio Velez. Faced 4, retired 3, gave up a 2-out single, and left him at first. We're on to the bottom of the 4th here at Prince George's Stadium. Parker Maddox rejoins us after this. Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Back to action here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox lead 3-0. Joined by Parker Maddox here in this half inning as Austin Bergner continues on the mound for Erie. First pitch to Ortiz, misses down and away a slider. Parker, Ortiz has really been playing well the last couple of days, hasn't he?
He's been great. I was at the game last night. He had 4 RBIs.
That was a new career high for Ortiz as the 1-0 pitch comes in. It's called a strike on a slider low and away. Count evens at a ball and a strike on Ortiz. Bowie ahead 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trying to close out this lengthy homestand with a win.
let's hope they do it because the first 4 games, let's just say, have not gone well.
Little tough to follow through, but it happens.
Although Erie's 4th in the league, and Bowie's been facing some tough competition. They faced Hartford last week, who's number 2 in the league, only behind Somerset, and they're facing Erie here this week.
And Erie's always been able to ride off of that good starting pitching, and it worked for them so well over the first 4 games, just not so much the last 2. Here's the 2-1, called a strike on a lower outside corner slider to Ortiz, and the count evens at 2. How many of the games have you gone to? I can't imagine you were here for all 12 games of this homestand. That's a lot of commitment.
I only went to the one last Sunday and yesterday and today, but because those were that's when I had booked to do my experiences.
Okay.
I did on-field MC last Sunday, and I did PA announcing yesterday for 1 inning.
Okay. Which one did you like the most?
I don't know. I'd say yesterday because we won.
That's true.
Also, I think, although I think being an on-field MC was pretty fun. You know, you get to know people, you get to interact with kids.
Yeah.
You get to facilitate a lot of fun. I think that's something that I'd look to doing in the future.
Joey Ortiz had a soft single over to the shortstop. It was just weakly hit enough that he was able to get to first base.
Handley.
As Handley's in.
Handley up to bat now. First ruled a strike.
A little bit wide, but they'll take it.
And the umpires, they have their job for a reason. It's not like high school sports where the referees are just volunteers. These are professional guys.
Mm-hmm. The 0-1 count set to come home to Handley, who had the RBI double in the second. Pitch home. Checked on high. Didn't go. So Ortiz, after that single, he's got hits in back-to-back games now for Bowie in 3 of his last 4. Like I said, he's been on a much better stretch over the last, you could say, 2 weeks. 769 OPS in May, a little bit over 100 points better than his overall season.
Handley's had a pretty good game so far. He got a double, and he brought home Prieto, correct?
He did bring home Prieto on that double, yes.
Got brung home by Dashbach, and that's how we got to the 3-0 situation we're in right now.
Big 2-run home run for Andrew Dashbach. It was a line drive shot up the third base line for Dashbach's 6th of the season. Right now it's a 2-1 count on Handley, and the next pitch is fouled off of the catcher.
Comes very near the press box.
We did have, Parker, we did have one foul ball. I think it was earlier this homestand. Might have been, was that a Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. It took one bounce right in front here, probably about 3-4 rows deep, and made its way into the press box, shocking a few of the folks that weren't paying too much attention. You always got to keep your eye on the ball, Parker. You can't take your eye off the ball.
It's very important, whether it's in the pitcher's glove or in the catcher's mitt or on the bat.
2-2 pitch, misses away, and the count runs full here on Handley with runner at first and nobody out.
This is a situation that can definitely be molded into an ideal situation.
Oh, yes.
And it can also go against you, but I would say the situation right now is neutral in terms of the count. Full count.
They obviously want to try and turn 2 as they set to pull, and they've got Ortiz picked.
Ortiz, he's caught. They tagged him on his way to second.
Yeah, he took one hesitation step to second just as Bergner was throwing to first. That's going to happen from time to time. The pickoff goes 1-3.
Now we're at 2 outs.
No, it's still just 1 out.
Oh, I thought they tagged him.
Well, yeah, but that's still only the first out.
Oh.
Yeah. Ortiz led off the inning, and now it's still Handley with a 3-2 count.
My bad.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, all right.
Here's the payoff to Handley, and it's ball 4 anyway. So if Ortiz had played a little bit more conservatively, maybe it'd be first and second with nobody out, but instead it's just runner at first now with 1 out.
Yeah. First baseman, normally we've been very good about stealing bases from the games I've seen this season. I've seen today, yesterday, last Sunday, April 21st, I think, and I also saw them play April 14th on the road in Binghamton. I was up in upstate New York.
Oh, very interesting.
I was up in upstate New York checking out colleges, Syracuse and Ithaca, and so since Bowie was in the area, I thought I'd go see them.
Here's J.D. Mundy. First pitch misses down. Count starts out at 1-0. That was an interesting series for Bowie. They took 4 of the 5 games.
Yeah, and of course they've got a makeup that they're playing as part of a doubleheader at home.
Yeah, so next month when Binghamton makes the trip down to Bowie, they'll play 7 games in 6 days. Here's the 1-0. Lifted foul by Mundy left side, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. But again, we're joined by Parker Maddox here in this half inning for the 12 Days of Christmas program.
Yep.
Signed up for one of those great packages, signed up for a couple of them, and got to really just take in the full ballpark experience over the last week plus here at Prince George's Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great atmosphere here. I'm frankly surprised that this ballpark isn't more widely recognized as one of the best in the minors.
There's a lot of just beauty to it, especially when you look out past the outfield, watch the trees, you see the symmetry of both bowls out to the field. It's very, very nice.
It gives a lot of vibes similar to that of the Fredericksburg ballpark, their new one.
1-2 pitch is swung on and missed by J.D. Mundy. He's down on strikes.
It gives a lot of vibes similar to Fredericksburg because it's got the forest background. It's sort of even. You know, it's only got one souvenir shop. You know, it's got the boxes up there with very few seat rows.
So you sound like a very intense minor league ballpark traveler from what it sounds like.
Yep,
you've been to Binghamton, you've been here, you've been to Fredericksburg.
Yep, I went to Aberdeen. And when I went to visit some relatives in Ohio, I hit Toledo, Dayton, Akron, and Columbus.
Very nice.
I've been to Brooklyn. I've been to Hudson Valley. I'm hoping to go across California this summer. Mom, if you're listening,
let's get the trip started.
California.
Let's get the planning started right now.
I want to see 8 of the 9 teams if all goes my way.
Here's the 0-1 to Dashbach, grounded the other way and threw for a base hit.
Base hit.
On to third base goes Hanley. A 2-out single for Dashbach, and he's got a 2-hit day.
Yeah. I've been around the bend a couple times. I've seen this is my local park, so I come here the most. Although it's an hour drive from Potomac.
Yeah.
We from Potomac, Maryland. We thought we had a team, but we really didn't.
The Potomac Nationals were in Woodbridge, Virginia.
Yep, and when I moved to Potomac when I was very little, I cried because we weren't going to have a team. I was looking forward to having a team.
Nope.
But we have the Bethesda Big Train. Shout out to them. They're a summer collegiate baseball team.
Okay.
I'm going to work for them this summer.
Wonderful. For Dashbach, that's just his third multi-hit game of the season as Christopher Cespedes steps in. Here's the first pitch. Curveball called for strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. First and third, 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth. Bowie ahead 3-0, hoping to increase as we're joined by Parker Maddox here for the remainder of this inning.
Yep, comes down to Cespedes right here. Although that name carries a lot of weight in baseball. You know, Ioannis.
Oh, absolutely. Here's a pop-up. Shallow left. Out is the shortstop.
Yep, they got it.
And it's Workman. So the inning is over. Parker, thank you so much for stopping by today. Really enjoyed spending the time with you.
My pleasure.
Really
Thank
glad
you
you
for
got
having
to
me.
see everything that was here at Prince George's Stadium. All right, it is very beautiful. We're going to wrap it up here and head on to the 5th inning as Bowie comes up empty in the 4th. We're back after this from Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Well, the Baysox return home for a 7-game series against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies on June 14th. That features 2 different fireworks shows and a Father's Day celebration on Sunday, June 19th. Fathers and their kids can run the bases and play catch in the outfield after the game. We move to the fifth inning here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox lead 3-0. Antonio Velez deals to John Rossoff and misses down and away a curveball. 1-0 to start against the left-handed hitting catcher. Well, I was bringing it up briefly in Rossoff's previous plate appearance when he grounded out to second. The graduate of the Army. The next pitch fouled off left side, and the count goes even at 1. Graduated from Army West Point. Was homeschooled in high school, but went to Army West Point, graduated, and got picked up by the Tigers after a couple of years in the service, of course. Salutes the flag during the anthem. He's a very down-to-earth guy as the next pitch is called a strike on the outside edge. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. First graduate of any of the federal military academies to play for the Seawolves in team history. The 1-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. So Velez racks up his 4th strikeout of the day. Now goes back to the top of the lineup in Dylan Rosa. This is going to be an important inning for Antonio Velez. This is the inning where Erie poured on 3 home runs against him back on Tuesday. And I've walked through some of his numbers across each individual inning this season. And his ERA takes a massive jump in the 5th and 6th. Here's the first pitch to Dylan Rosa, called a strike on the outside edge of the zone. Count opens up at 0-1. Now his numbers in the 6th may be a little bit inflated because he's only made it into the 6th once this year. As the 0-1 comes in, it misses low, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike on Rosa. But Velez has a 17.18 ERA in the 5th inning this season. Next offering misses away, and the count goes to 2-1. It's an 0-for-1 day for Dylan Rosa. Flew out to right field in the 1st inning, drew a walk in the 3rd. As the next pitch comes home. Breaking ball checked on down and in. Pulled back in time, and the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. It's a very nice and warm day here at Prince George's Stadium. Maybe one heavy cloud or 2 above, but it's not a rain-making cloud. It's just sitting there, looking pretty. Here's the 3-1 to Rosa. Breaking ball, a curve, called for strike on the top half of the zone, and the count fills. This is just the 3rd full count given up by Antonio Velez today. 2 of them have been to Rosa, who walked back in the 3rd inning against 1. Here's the payoff. Swinging a line drive shot left field, base hit. Touches down toward the gap, but it's picked up by Andrew Dashbach before Rosa can go to second base. It's a 1-out single for Rosa. He's got hits in 6 of his last 7 now for the Seawolves. And Andrew Navigato will step into the box. So this is where Velez needs to buckle back in. He has had his troubles at points this season with an inning getting out of hand. But right now, he's still working relatively efficiently. 66 pitches so far. As the first pitch comes in to Navigato, and it's grounded over to short. Could be 2. Westberg gloves, goes to second himself, fires to first for the twin killing. 6 unassisted, 3 double play, and the inning is over. First double play for Jordan Westberg at shortstop this season. And as we're halfway home at Prince George's Stadium, the Baysox lead 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
Bottom of the fifth inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie leads 3-0. Matt Sabatas with you as Jordan Westberg will lead things off. First batter in the order for Bowie. Gunnar Henderson and Hudson Haskin will follow as the Baysox do get a right-hander up and moving in their bullpen. Looks like Antonio Velez might be done after finishing his 5 scoreless. First pitch, Westberg skies it out to center, but not too deep. Does De La Rosa see it? He finally does. That one hung up for so long. He was able to find it just by quickly shading his eyes and making the catch for the first out of the inning. I think that's the first time that De La Rosa in center field has been involved in a putout. It is. So now here's Gunnar Henderson. Bases empty, one away here in the bottom of the fifth inning, a 3-0 lead. They play Henderson to pull, but he struck out twice today, hasn't put it into play. First pitch, called a strike in the lower inside corner. It's 0-1. There's a right-hander throwing against the wall in the Erie bullpen. That's Joe Navalon, but not throwing to a catcher just yet. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Henderson. Misses down a breaking ball. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Looks like the Baysox have Adam Stauffer warming in their bullpen. Here's the next. Misses down. And the count goes to 2-1 on Gunnar. I was in the clubhouse the other day. Day was just getting started, so only a couple of folks were rolling in. And I saw Cody Roberts before he had gone up to AAA Norfolk. As the 2-1 comes in, and Henderson watches it bounce in low, count to 3-1. And he was playing Pokemon Go. And I hadn't seen anyone playing that yet this season. It's always such a popular game, obviously. Personally, I never got into it when it first came out. I probably played it for a month, but I know it's made a resurgence. And I asked him, well, how many people are playing that in the clubhouse? Here's the 3-1. Misses down, ball 4. Henderson draws the walk. His league-leading 40th of the season.
Center fielder, Hudson Haskin.
Here's Hudson Haskin. Righty on righty. Pickoff throw back to first. Not in time, it was close. Haskins slid in. That's a very fluid move from Austin Bergner. It caught Joey Ortiz earlier in this game. Blends it well with that initial kick that he has to deliver to the plate. Throws off runners. First pitch. Haskins squares and bunts it up the third base line. It's a beauty. Lipsius bare hands. Can't get it there in time. A bunt single for Haskin. He's got hits in back-to-back games now for the Baysox and hits in 6 of his last 7. Well, looks like I've just been corrected. Clubhouse manager John Weinberg letting me know that it was the taxi squad that Cody Roberts has been put on, not Norfolk specifically, so he's with Baltimore on this current road trip. Well, John, if you're there, all I know is that I've been told he was put onto Norfolk's roster, so technically he's there while still on the taxi squad. I just followed the official wording that comes my way. As Cesar Prieto digs in, first pitch misses high. Thank you for listening, John. I appreciate that. As runners are at first and second with one away here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a slow tapper back to the mound. This could be two. Gloved and sent to second, but Workman can't pick it. It's off his glove into right field, and Henderson speeds home to score. Fielder's choice to the first base, or to the pitcher. And an error on Workman, who was thinking about turning two before even realizing he had gloved the ball. So Haskin reaches on the E6. Prieto reaches on the fielder's choice. And Henderson scores the fourth run of the game for Bowie. So let me finish that story. I was getting it going, but now the Baysox are getting going. I was talking with Roberts before he had gone up to the taxi squad, and I asked, it was like, well, how many people are playing Pokemon Go around here? He said, well, I'm really one of the only ones left. And he said, but a lot of people are playing on their Nintendo Switch. And at that point, we just rattle off into about a 10-minute conversation about different Nintendo Switch games that we've all played. And I had come to find out that there's a good portion, I'd say probably about 20 to 30% of the Baysox clubhouse that has been heavily invested in the latest Lego Star Wars game over the last 2-3 weeks. And I can tell you why. It's because the latest game features all of the 9 mainline movies at this point. So everything from episodes 1 through 9. Here's Joey Ortiz. First pitch is a curveball called for strike in the lower outside corner. Count opens up at 0-1. It's still runners at first and second with one out. But again, an error allowing Hudson Haskin to reach. So runs could become unearned depending on how this inning shapes up. Next pitch. Ortiz watches pitch called strike low, a changeup. Count goes to 0-2. It was a single to left field for Ortiz. More specifically to the shortstop. It was just a slow roller, but he was then picked off in the fourth inning. No one holding on runner at first right now, though, since there's a runner at second. The 1-2 bounced up the first base line, but foul. Late attack on a fastball upper outside corner, and the count stays at 0-2. But it's 4-0 Bowie now here in the bottom of the fifth inning, as they've got a big opportunity to try and break out of this lengthy skid that's been plaguing them. See if they can pick up back-to-back wins for the first time in quite some time. The last time Bowie won consecutive games was the doubleheader sweep of Harrisburg on May 8th. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a pop-up, right field, foul. This one will get out of play. As the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. And now it's a different right-hander in the Erie bullpen throwing against the wall. That's Yaya Shentuf. But no one is throwing to a catcher yet. Austin Bergner has continually fed Ortiz with fastballs on the outside edge as the count still holds at a ball and 2 strikes. And time called. And an auto ball has been called. Bergner did not deliver fast enough, so the count goes to 2-2. Here's the pitch. Ortiz flares it out to right field. This could advance the runner as Daniel Cabrera camps under, receives it, but the runner stays put. Hudson Haskin doesn't want to test. Didn't seem to be deep enough, only about 300 feet. And again, with how short the walls are here, especially up the line at Prince George's Stadium, can be a little bit deceptive at points on what could be considered a deep flyout, even though it is, out to the deep outfield. It's still close enough just because the walls are so short in. So that's the second out of the inning, and now it goes to Maverick Handley. Long time before we finally get the first pitch to Handley. It's checked on, a breaking ball low. He didn't go down on the curve, and the count starts out at 1-0. It's been a good day at the plate for Handley. He had an RBI double and a run scored in the second. He walked in the fourth, but got stranded over at third base. Runners at first and second, 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth as Bowie leads 4-0, the 1-0. Called a strike on a slider just up and away. Count goes even and a ball and a strike on Handley. Dario Gardea is warming in the bullpen for Erie now. So the third different pitcher that they've gotten up and loose. Gardea is finally the first to throw to a catcher as Handley lofts one foul right side. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes here. There's a bee in the booth. Oh, goodness. Seen a couple of them just buzzing around, and now they're landing on my papers. Ooh. If I go silent for a little bit, just understand I threw the headset and ran away. A ball and 2 strikes on Handley. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly out toward right field. Up the line, foul ground. Cabrera into the Baysox bullpen, pulls it in. So the inning is over. The Baysox did get a little bit of a chance thanks to a walk and a bunt single, followed by an error. They eventually got a run across on that error, but stranded 2 runners. We're on to the 6th here at Prince George's Stadium. The Baysox push ahead to a 4-0 advantage. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Only 2 chances to catch fireworks in June on the 17th and 18th against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Hope to see you there.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
We roll on to the 6th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie has increased their lead to 4-0. And what a start it was for Antonio Velez as the Baysox dip into their bullpen for the first time today. The line on the lefty is final, and it looks like this. He tossed 5 innings, gave up just 3 hits and no runs. He struck out 4 batters and walked 2, finished on just north of 60 pitches. That is the longest scoreless outing of the year for Velez. He opened with 4 scoreless in his Orioles organizational debut, and he sets himself up in line for a big win today. As Adam Stauffer takes over, first pitch home to Kerry Carpenter is swung on and missed low, a fastball. Count opens up at 0-1. It'll be Carpenter, Lipsius, and Naporti due up in this half inning for the Seawolves. They play Carpenter to pull and have him deep on the infield. Ankles are on the grass. The 0-1. This one skied out toward right center field and deep. Haskin running back, looking for the wall, and it's gone. If someone's going to do it, it's going to be Kerry Carpenter. That's his 16th of the season and 5th of this series. A leadoff solo home run for Carpenter breaks the shutout and inches Erie closer. Bowie still leads 4-1.
Third baseman Andre Lipsius.
My goodness. What does he have left to prove at this point? He's got hits in 10 of his last 11 games now, and in 19 of his last 21 games. What does he have left to prove? Here's Andre Lipsius, first pitch, called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Didn't look at the numbers on that one just yet. Let me pull it up real quick. 100 miles an hour off the bat and 405 feet away. Here's the next, called a strike on the outside edge. Another 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Stauffer. It's 0-2. Adam Stauffer, a 6'7", 240-pound right-hander, 19th round draft selection in 2017 from Coatesville High School in Pennsylvania. The 0-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Lipsius goes chasing on a fastball well away, and a 3-pitch punch-out for Stauffer. His first strikeout of the day, 5th overall for Bowie pitching.
First baseman Quincy Naporti.
Stauffer on the season for Bowie has made 6 appearances, and he's been one of the most effective relievers out of the pen, especially in long relief roles. He doesn't have a record, but a 2.30 ERA. First pitch to Quincy Naporti is a curveball called for strike. Middle it hits after the break. Count starts out at 0-1. 15 2/3 innings for Stauffer, 16 punch-outs, 3 walks. Next pitch misses down a fastball, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. There's only one more game left in the month of May, but Carpenter practically has the Player of the Month award locked up. Next pitch called a strike on the bottom edge, 93 on the fastball, 1-2. This isn't an exaggeration. He has hit 12 home runs in May and driven in 26 runs. Here's the next pitch, down low, and the count goes even at 2. He'll win that award, and that should be the last thing he hangs on his mantle before going to Toledo. There's really nothing left for Kerry Carpenter here. The 2-2 pitch, curveball, spoiled foul right side, and the count stays. Right-hander Gardea continues to warm in the bullpen for Erie, so Austin Bergner should finally be done after 5 innings, giving up 4 runs. Here's another 2-2 to Naporti. Line foul this time right side. That one over into the kids' park. Naporti 0 for 1 in the day. Grounded out to the second baseman in the 4th. He walked in the 2nd inning. Another 2-2. Swung on and fouled off right side. Naporti has really had some great plate awareness, especially on these fastballs away. Very long wingspan to get bat on ball, especially when it's so far out of the zone. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a pop-up, left field, shallow, backing up the shortstop Westberg. Waves the arms for the call, but he's called off by Dashbach in left. And Dashbach is the one to make the catch. 2 away.
Shortstop Gage Workman.
Here's Gage Workman, 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch home to the switch hitter batting lefty is swung on and missed low for a strike, 0-1. Workman bats much better as a left-handed hitter. 205 compared to just 182, and of course he was batting as a righty for the first 2 plate appearances against Antonio Velez. The 0-1 called a strike on a fastball upper outside corner, 0-2. Well, the thing I really like about Stauffer is that he just locates so well. His fastball is just, it's already so accurate that Erie batters have no chance. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him for 3. High fastball, and the inning is over. Stauffer strikes out a pair, but he does give up a leadoff home run to Kerry Carpenter. Had to be expected as Carpenter continues a torrid month of May. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, though, the Baysox still hold on to a key advantage. It's 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Bottom of the sixth here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie leads 4-1. Trying to close out this series with Erie with a win and a 2-game streak. J.D. Mundy will lead things off. He faces off against the new pitcher. First out of the pen for Erie, it's Dario Gardea. And the first pitch home is a fastball called for strike on the inside edge to Mundy. 0-1 to open. It's Mundy, Dashbach, then Cespedes due up in this half inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Mundy takes inside again. That one a lot more inside as Gardea was maybe hoping he could get another called strike, but put a little bit too much run on it. Count goes even at 1. The line on Austin Bergner is final, and he's the pitcher of record at the moment as Bowie leads. The 1-1 fouled off left side, 1-2. Bergner went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits and 4 runs. 3 were earned. He struck out 5 and walked 2. Did give up a home run. It was a 2-run blast by Andrew Dashbach. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Mundy lasers it out toward left center field. This one sending Rosa on the run. He looks up and it's over his head, off of the wall. Poor glove by De La Rosa in center, but Mundy will be glad with just the double. He slows himself down into second base. That's his 8th two-bagger of the season, and he's got hits in back-to-back games after breaking out of a seasons-long 3-game hit streak. Leadoff man aboard for Bowie for the 3rd time. Make that the 4th time today out of the 6 innings. And now Andrew Dashbach will step in. Dashbach's had a perfect day at the plate so far. 2-run home run in the 2nd inning, singled in the 4th. Here's the first. Called a strike, outside edge, and it's 0-1. Let's tell you a little bit more about the new pitcher on the mound while we've got the chance. Dario Gardea, a 6'2", 210-pound, 23-year-old righty from Chihuahua, Mexico. International free agent pickup in 2018. Fires the 0-1. It's checked on, a slider misses away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Right-hander sets, fires the 1-1 to Dashbach, and it's swung on and missed. Curveball down. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Gardea making just his 2nd appearance with Erie. His Double-A debut was earlier in this same series when he tossed a scoreless inning and 2/3. Gave up 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Dashbach chases on a fastball up and away, and he's down on strikes for the first time today. First strikeout for Gardea, 6th overall for Erie pitching. Gardea made 12 appearances out of the bullpen for High A West Michigan before getting the call-up, and he pitched well, went 1-1 with a 2.95 ERA in 18 1/3 innings of work. That's 6 earned runs total with just 2 walks and 27 strikeouts. Yeah, he didn't really have much left to prove down there with that strikeout-to-walk ratio. Here's Christopher Cespedes, first pitch home. Slider misses down and away. Count starts out at 1-0. Cespedes is still looking for his first hit with Bowie this season. He's 0 for 10 when you include his 0 for 2 mark today. Grounded out to second, flew out to left field in the 4th. Runner at second, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. The 4-1 Bowie lead. And Gardea steps off the back of the mound for a brief moment. Gardea sets. And fires the 1-0. Cespedes watches down and away a fastball. Count goes to 2-0. I was talking about in the last half inning how there's a good contingency of some players in the Baysox clubhouse that are going around playing the Lego Star Wars games, and just about everyone that isn't is playing MLB The Show, as the 2-0 is lofted out toward right center field and down for a base hit. Shallow enough that J.D. Mundy is held at third base, but it's the first hit for Christopher Cespedes since joining Bowie earlier this week. A one-out single puts them at the corners here with one away. And as it goes back to the top of the lineup, Jordan Westberg will try to get it going again for Bowie. 4-1 Bowie leads. Westberg riding a 1-for-3 day. Singled off the mid of the pitcher back in the third. Stole second base. Advanced to third on a wild pitch, but was left stranded there after 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Left side of the infield plays in. First pitch. Westberg watches slider called for strike on the top half of the zone. It's 0-1. Westberg, a 47% pull rate. Double play would end the inning, and there's a big gap on the right side of the infield because they want the second baseman Navigado to try and start out that double play. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a flare into center field and down for a base hit. Here comes Mundy. He'll score. The throw goes to third base as Cespedes stops at second, but it's an RBI single for Jordan Westberg, and the Baysox advance to a 5-1 lead.
Designated hitter Gunnar Henderson.
That's Westberg's team-leading 12th multi-hit game of the season. His 27th RBI of the year, one shy of Gunnar Henderson's team-leading 28. And Henderson steps into the box now as we'll get a mound visit with pitching coach Dan Reichabal. First and second, one away here in the bottom of the 6th as Bowie still holds on now to a 4-run advantage. Fans, Pest Now is a proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, and they provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, anything from general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, really any pest control services, that and all others. Give them a call, Pest Now, 301-231-8300, or visit them online at pestnow.com. That's Pest Now. Yaya Shentoof is already up and tossing in the bullpen for Erie. It was Shentoof and Joe Navalon who were throwing up against the wall. I should rephrase that if you're not familiar with baseball. That does actually sound a little odd. Throwing the hard ball up to the wall to get their bodies loose an inning and a half ago. That's more specific and less oblivious. But Shentoof is now warming in the bullpen for Erie as Gardea is struggling a little bit here in the 6th. It's first and second with just one away, and Gunnar Henderson up to bat, looking for his first hit of the day. The first pitch misses down a fastball. Count starts out at 1-0. You can't tangle with Henderson by nipping at the edge of the zone or trying to get him to chase low. He just doesn't do that. Drew a walk on a 3-1 count in the 5th, his league-leading 40th of the season in just 43 games. Here's the 1-0. Called a strike on a high slider. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. It's a .323 average for Henderson this season with runners in scoring position. But he's come up twice. Well, check that just once with a runner in scoring position, and he struck out swinging. That was in the 3rd. Here's the 1-1. He tried to check his swing, but couldn't get through. They do appeal on it, but they say he went. That was the right call. So the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Hudson Askin on deck for Bowie as they lead by 4. 10 hits for the Baysox here in this series finale this afternoon. Trying to win back-to-back games for the first time in about 3 weeks. The 1-2. Swinging a flare out toward left center field. This one hanging up and a sliding grab by Eric De La Rosa. It looks like Westberg, or rather Cespedes, will try to advance, and he's tagged out. Cespedes was already halfway to third before he had to turn around and go to second, tried to tag, and got thrown out on what I believe to be an 8-6, no, just a straight 8-5, retiring Cespedes. That's the second outfield assist for Eric De La Rosa this season, and it ends the Bowie rally, but they do get another one across the board. A leadoff double by J.D. Mundy, and a one-out RBI single by Jordan Westberg. As we move to the 7th at Prince George's Stadium, Bowie leads 5-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Nitro Circus is back with an all-new tour coming to Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Fueled by new athletes, new tricks, and the craziest contraptions, the Good, Bad, and Rad Tour presented by A-Shock marries the sketchy, scary, and cringe-worthy dangers of big air action sports to the hilarious comedy of Nitro's lunatic daredevils who risk their lives to send it. Bowie, it's going down at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Tickets as low as $35 are on sale now at Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Seventh inning action here at Prince George's Stadium. A 5-1 Bowie lead. Adam Stauffer back to work and faces off against Daniel Cabrera. First pitch sent home is a called strike on a low fastball. Well, just that accuracy from Adam Stauffer today has been so perfect. Misplaced one pitch, but so far it's not a big problem. Here's a line drive over to right field, a base hit. Down just to the left side of the line as it rolls into the corner. Picked by Christopher Cespedes. This could go for 3 as Cabrera tries for it. The rip in from the second baseman is offline and backed up by Stauffer. It's a triple for Daniel Cabrera, his second of the season. A leadoff 3-bagger, and up comes Eric De La Rosa. Now, just as I was saying that Stauffer misplaced one pitch and it burned him, he rebounded fine, and just like in the 6th inning, he gives up an extra base hit to the first batter. Gave up a leadoff solo home run to Kerry Carpenter in the 6th, and now the leadoff triple to Daniel Cabrera. We'll see if Stauffer can work scoreless the rest of the way like he did back in the 6th. First pitch to Eric De La Rosa, breaking ball line right to short and picked in the air by Jordan Westberg. Soft liner at only 75 miles an hour off of the bat, and there's one gone. That one was just on the nose. On to John Rossoff now. They played the lefty to pull. He grounded out to second in the 3rd, struck out swinging his last time up. First pitch. Misses just wide a fastball. Count starts out at 1-0. I've been talking about it a little bit now that this is his only game starting this series, how Rossoff is an active duty reservist. He said that he could get called up at any time. I imagine he might have some reasons to, put in a request to avoid, as the next one is fouled off left side. Count goes even at 1. But it is obviously very, very unique situation that personally I don't have much knowledge in. He's such a hard worker for having to go through it while also being moved around at different levels, because he's played with High A West Michigan and Erie this year. The 1-1 misses up and away a fastball. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. I should have gotten the chance to stop by and ask sometime around this series if he had planned to, visit around D.C. a little bit, maybe walk the National Mall. And, of course, the visiting hotel is in Annapolis, so maybe he could have gone and seen the Naval Academy. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball, bounced through the whole left side, a base hit. That'll score a run. Cabrera down. Rossoff picks up the RBI single for his 3rd hit of the season and his first RBI. It's a 5-2 Bowie lead here in the top of the 7th inning. At this point, that's a run you'd gladly trade off for, because you still lead by 3. You can turn the double play now and hopefully just cruise through those final 6 outs. Maybe turn it over to a save situation if Stauffer isn't able to go 4 innings, which I don't think he might. Here's a ground at a third, could be 2. Prieto gloves, goes to second for 1. A hard turn from Mundy to first, and Mundy can't hold on. The ball skips on the ground and into the air, but Mundy keeps it in front. Fielder's choice goes 5-4 as Dylan Rosa reaches. With how offline the throw just was, that was a good attempt by Mundy to keep it in front. The fact that it didn't actually get behind him should be commended. So now 2 away. Runner still at first base. Rosa just replacing Rossoff. Here's Andrew Navigato. He hit into a double play in the 5th inning. Obviously, it doesn't matter now with 2 outs. As Stauffer sends home the first, and it's called a strike. High fastball. Count starts out at 0-1. It's been just such a fastball-heavy day for Stauffer. He really only has 3 offerings. 4-seamer, then a curve and a change. Here's the 0-1. Curveball called for strike again, top side. Count goes to 0-2. And I remember yesterday, Seawolves broadcaster Greg Gagne and I were chit-chatting. He said something, well, why was Ryan Watson not using the high fastball for just about every pitch he was throwing, especially the put-down pitch, when he was getting strikes on the high fastball? As the 0-2 comes in, it's a slider that misses down and away for a ball, count to 1-2. And I told him, I said, well, Greg, you got to remember, the minor leagues are about development. Just because a singular pitch is working doesn't mean you should always be using it, especially here in the minors. The whole point of the minors and these games is to develop these pitchers into being big leaguers. The 1-2 misses high, and the count goes even at 2. And if Ryan Watson's high fastball is what's working best for him, sure, you can keep using it to get outs, but he can't keep using it forever and can't keep using it 70% of the time in the big leagues. He'd get hammered. He has to develop his other pitches. Runner goes. The 2-2 is grounded over to third. Good pick on the side by Prieto. He sends it to first, and Mundy can't receive it. And the runner bumped into Mundy. Is there an obstruction or interference call there? No, Mundy was just trying to get to the ball, so all they're saying is that Navigato had entered the baseline, so he had to get back to first base. Imagine that'll go down as an error. As Rosa advanced to third. But now we are in a tight situation for Bowie because we're talking about tying run with Kerry Carpenter, who had the solo home run against Stauffer in the 6th inning. First pitch, swing and a miss. High fastball, and it's 0-1. Do we have a decision yet on that? Yeah, it looks like they have ruled it as an error. Here's the next. This is up and away on Carpenter. The count evens at 1. It's a 1-for-3 day for Carpenter. Of course, the solo home run. He was the first batter that Stauffer faced in the 6th inning. Stauffer's allowed a run here in the 7th after a leadoff triple and an RBI single by John Rossoff. First and third, still with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning as Bowie leads 5-2. Here's the 1-1. Carpenter ticks it foul, back to the screen, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So they rule it a throwing error on Cesar Prieto, his first at third base this season. Stauffer looks for the punch-out. The 1-2 is in there for strike 3. Froze him with the curveball, top half of the zone, and the tying run struck out with 2 runners left on. We stretch here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox lead 5-2. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Prince George's Stadium, a 5-2 Bowie lead. The Baysox will try to increase for just a couple of more innings before hopefully turning things over to Adam Stauffer and potentially Morgan McSweeney. Looks like McSweeney is getting loose in the bullpen as they want to close out this 12-game homestand with a 2-game winning streak. New pitcher takes over for the Seawolves. Second reliever out of the pen today is Yaya Shentuf. Takes over for Dario Gardea, who tossed just 1 inning, gave up 1 run on 3 hits, 1 strikeout, no walks. Shentuf faces Hudson Haskin in the first pitch, grounded up the third base line and fair. Picked but thrown high. Haskin is safe. Lipsius was following it up the line, at least for a moment with his eyes, realized it was probably going to stay fair, and had to rush the throw, threw it high. That's an error on Lipsius. And Haskin is aboard for the second time today. So after Cesar Prieto had a throwing error at third in the last half inning, well, now the Seawolves have a throwing error at third. Now here's Prieto. He singled and scored in the second inning and watches the first pitch low for a ball. It's 1-0. So with Gardea done, Shentuf takes over. Yaya Shentuf, a 5'9", 170-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Ocoee, Florida. 36th round draft selection in 2018. Fires the 1-0, and Prieto watches a called strike on a fastball middle away. 1-1. Shentuf on the season for Erie. 13 games, a 1-1 record with a 2.37 ERA. 19 innings, 24 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's allowed 1 home run. Next pitch. Prieto lines it up the other way, and it's down for a base hit toward the corner. Cut off before the wall by Dylan Rosa, but Hudson Haskin can cruise to third. They try to go back to second, but Prieto steps in standing. It's a double for Prieto, and the Baysox have second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Second double of Prieto's Double-A career. And now here's Joey Ortiz as the Baysox get it going. I said it, Shentuf making his second appearance in this series. He came in on the 25th, that was Wednesday. Was the winning pitcher, as that was the only game to go into extra innings. It was the closest Bowie had had it all series before they picked up the win last night. He gave up a single in the 9th inning, but worked a double play to eliminate that winning runner and then pitched a perfect 10th to win the game. Here's the first to Ortiz, and a soft flare into right field for a base hit. The infield was pinched in. Haskin scores on the single. Prieto goes to third, and it's an RBI knock for Joey Ortiz, his 23rd ribby of the year, and Bowie leads 6-2. That was just a little inside-out swing, poked out the other way, but Ortiz now has 2 hits today. His 7th multi-hit game of the season, and the Baysox just keep it going. Here's Maverick Handley. Infield still played in slightly. Middle infield in the base paths. They potentially trade 2 for a run. First pitch. Check swing and a breaking ball away. They appeal, and they say Handley went around. Count starts out at 0-1. Handley doubled in a run in the second inning. That was the first run scored for Bowie. He eventually scored in that same frame on Andrew Dashbach's 2-run home run. 6-2 Bowie leads. The 0-1 pitch is grounded up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. Hanley drives in Prieto as Ortiz goes first to third on the slow single. 4 straight reaching safely for Bowie here to open the 7th, and they lead 7-2. Boy, Handley is on such a great run for the Baysox now. He's got 2 hits today, and he's up to 6 multi-hit games of the year. His second RBI is his 11th of the season. Prieto's got a 2-run game as well. And now on to J.D. Mundy, who had a leadoff double in the 6th inning and a run scored. Well, when this inning started, Morgan McSweeney was pitching in what would have potentially been a save situation for him, but now it's a 5-run lead. The entire infield still plays in, with runners still at first and third with only 1 out. Or with nobody out, rather. First pitch, J.D. Mundy watches a called strike on a breaking ball away. It's 0-1. Inning started with an error. As Hudson Haskin grounded softly to third, the throw to first was high, so he reached safely, and there's still been no outs in this frame. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses down and in. Rossoff had to get quick reflexes to keep that one from getting to the backstop. Was not expecting it that far inside. Count evens at 1 on Mundy, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the 1-1. Bouncer right back to the mound. Shentuf looks back, run to third. They go to third, but the throw doesn't get there. Ortiz slid around it, and the fielder's choice allows Mundy to reach. Handley advances to second base as Shentuf tried to get the lead runner, but that small frame and that fluid motion from Ortiz made it possible for him to beat it out. So now it's bases loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning with Andrew Dashbach due up. He's 0 for 4 with the bases loaded this year. Does have a run driven in, but he struck out 4 times. The entire infield still plays in, and the first pitch is down low for a ball. Change up, and the count starts out at 1-0. There's no one warming in the Seawolves bullpen at this point. They're just letting Shentuf deal with it. Baysox have 1 grand slam this year, the 1-0. Check swing. No appeal as the fastball came in low. Dashbach runs it to 2-0. He's already got a home run today, a 2-run blast in the first inning. He singled to right field in the 4th. His last 2-home-run game was back in August of 2021. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball bottom edge. And the count goes to 2-1. Christopher Cespedes on deck. He also has a single in this game. Every Baysox batter has reached safely at least once today. Gunnar Henderson is the only one that doesn't have a base hit. Bowie leads 7-2 with bases loaded, nobody out. The 2-1 is called a strike on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, just hitting the outside edge. Count goes even at 2. Dashbach struck out on a 1-2 pitch his last time up. That was against Dario Gardea. Shentuf trying to do the same. The 2-2 pitch just misses. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball with some great run low and away. Count runs full. Dashbach draws a walk, plenty on the full count. He actually splits it down the middle. 47%, both strikeout and walk when he's working with a full count. It's really a coin flip. He rarely puts it into play. Well, Shentuf's got to get working quickly. That clock is running. Well, he had stepped off, and they haven't reset the clock yet. The umpire tells them to, and it took them too long. So now Shentuf steps off again. He does not have any other step-offs. The Baysox have not had one of these scenarios yet. If Shentuf steps off again, then the Baysox will advance all 3 runners. Shentuf has to deliver within 5 seconds. The payoff on its way. Swung on and lifted on the infield. Foul ground right side. Dashbach upset as the first baseman Naporti ranges in front of the Baysox dugout and pulls it down. He slams the bat on that one. I can understand the frustration after such a long plate appearance to come away with a pop out in foul territory. That's the first out of the inning. And now Christopher Cespedes will step into the box. He singled to right field his last time up. That was his first hit since joining the Baysox at the start of this week. He had started 0 for 10. First pitch, Cespedes watches slider called for strike on the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. He did have a bases loaded plate appearance earlier in the week, but he grounded out to end the inning. Here's the 0-1. Check swing, called a strike on a changeup bottom edge, and it's quickly 0-2. Inning started when Hudson Haskin reached on an error, advanced to third on a Cesar Prieto double, and then scored on a single by Joey Ortiz. Another RBI single by Maverick Hanley made it 7-2, and J.D. Mundy reached on a fielder's choice that didn't get anybody out, the 0-2. Breaking ball misses down and in, a check swing, he didn't go. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Shentoof really trying to get out of this jam here. A strikeout would be a big help for him. Right-hander sends the 1-2, and it's swung on and bounced slowly toward the mound. Shentoof barehand sends it home, and they get the tag. That was an athletic play from the pitcher as Ortiz is tagged out on a straight 1-2. That one hit off of the ground less than a foot in front of home plate, and Shentoof pounced on it to barehand it shoulder high and zip it home. That's the second out of the frame. Cespedes advances to first, of course, on the choice. Hanley to third, Mundy to second. So the bases are still loaded, but now 2 outs for Jordan Westberg. Infield can play at a regular depth now for Erie. First pitch, Westberg scorches it to left field. It's down for a base hit. Scoring from third, Hanley. Rounding third and coming home, Mundy. It's a 2 RBI double for Jordan Westberg, making it a 9-2 Bowie lead. .104-mile-an-hour barrel from Westberg. His 13th double of the year. RBIs number 27. Make that 28 and 29 as the Baysox now lead by 7. And Gunnar Henderson stepping into the box. 9th batter of the inning for Bowie, as they play him hard to pull with the infield and outfield very deep. 0 for 3 day for Gunnar with a walk and a run scored. First pitch. Henderson watches called strike on a fastball low and away. Takes a little bit of a groan on that one and just gives a quick stare to the umpire. Count starts out at 0-1. Second and third, now 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Next pitch. Misses just wide of fastball. Count goes to a ball and a strike on Gunnar Henderson. Each of the first 5 reaching safely for Bowie here in this half inning. A pair of fielder's choices. A pop out to the first baseman in foul territory. But then a 2 RBI double by Jordan Westberg. Next pitch. Called a strike on a changeup away that time. Shentoof sacrificed the velocity to get the accuracy, and it paid off. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Shentoof sets. Wind out to center field, and the 1-2 on its way off the knee of the catcher and over to the left side. Scoring from third, Cespedes. Westberg to third, and it's 10-2 Bowie. Wild pitch runs the count even at 2 as the Baysox just continue to hammer Shentoof. That one more of his own fault than anything Gunnar Henderson could have done. But the Seawolves are just low on options when it comes to pitching. Do have a story about that in a couple of seconds. Can tell you maybe in the next half inning, depending on what Henderson does here. Here's the 2-2. Henderson skies it out to deep center field. De La Rosa running back, still running. Looks like he squares it up in front of the 405 sign. He thought it might go deeper than it did. Pulled down on the warning track to end the inning. But the Baysox make it a big inning. 5 runs on 4 hits with 1 error, eventually just 1 left on. We go to the 8th here at Prince George's Stadium, and it's a big Bowie lead, 10-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Baysox Youth Baseball Camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball Camp today.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Fans Cares around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First has on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. Patient First. The name fits. 8th inning action here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox lead by 8. New pitcher out of the bullpen for Bowie. Hopefully the last one that they'll need to use today. Morgan McSweeney takes over. Needs to pick up just 6 quick outs to send us home happy. First pitch home to Andre Lipsius is a hanging slider that just misses inside. Count starts out at 1-0. Adam Stauffer's day is done on the mound. Antonio Velez still the pitcher of record for Bowie as the next pitch is swung on and missed low. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Stauffer went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs, both earned. He struck out 3, didn't walk anyone. Did give up 1 home run, a solo shot to Kerry Carpenter. It was the first batter he faced. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses inside, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Lipsius, who's 0 for 3 on the day. But it makes way for Morgan McSweeney, 6'4", 210-pound right-hander, 17th round selection in the 2019 draft from Wake Forest. Fires the 2-1, and it's fouled off right side. Count goes even at 2 on Lipsius. Lipsius, Naporti, and Workman, the batters due up in this half inning for Erie. McSweeney was on one of his best stretches of the season until his last outing. He took the loss against Hartford. I believe that was the series finale. Here's the 2-2. Misses high a fastball, and the count runs full here on the first batter of the 8th. McSweeney had pieced together 7 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings over 5 straight outings, but got roughed up last Sunday. Here's the payoff. Slider misses away, and it's a leadoff walk. First walk given up by McSweeney, just 3rd overall by Baysox pitching, and Lipsius is aboard for the first time today. Yeah, so last week, McSweeney came in what was a back-and-forth game after the Baysox had jumped out to, at one point, a 5-0 lead. He gave up 2 runs in the 8th inning, his only inning of work, after a single, a walk, a sacrifice bunt, and a 2 RBI single. Bowie eventually lost 8-7. First pitch to Quincy Naporti is called a strike on a fastball outside edge, and the count starts out at 0-1. Naporti, an 0 for 2 day, drew a walk in the 2nd inning, got thrown out on a choice, grounded out to second in the 4th, and flew out to left in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, lofted foul right side, and the count goes to 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, lifted foul again, first base side, count stays. Well, McSweeney, well, he's probably one of the biggest characters in the entire clubhouse, and definitely a office favorite, at least among the marketing department, and a friend to just about all. Usually one of the first that'll hit the links or invite you to hit the links as the 0-2 comes in. Slider misses down and away, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. But can be goofy at times if you followed along with some of the Baysox new social content, especially on the TikTok account that Bowie has just started. I believe it's Bowie Baysox Official. The 1-2 pitch. Driven foul, right side, as Naporti continues to live. A lot of the times what the marketing crew will do is ask funny questions. Which player do you think is more likely to do this? Which player is most often doing that? McSweeney is a common answer for just about everything. The 1-2. Breaking ball fouled off back to the screen, and the count holds. I think the most recent question was which player would you least, or would you not want driving your car the most, or which player would you least likely get into a car with? And McSweeney was a common answer there. He's got a very closed stance. Angles his body so he can't even really see the glove. As the 1-2 is grounded to third, could be a double play. Prieto goes to second, Ortiz to first. Received by Mundy, and there's 2 gone. 5-4-3. Third double play that Quincy Naporti has hit into this season. And after the leadoff walk, there's 2 away. Here's Gage Workman. Oh for 3 day for the switch hitter. He's struck out all 3 times. First pitch home. Fastball called a strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. When I asked McSweeney the other day, one of the things that the Baysox have started to implement is with restrictions lightening up and more vaccines being used among the general populace, we can do first pitches again as the 0-1 is smoked foul up the first base line and onto the berm by the lighthouse. I asked McSweeney if he'd be willing to do a first pitch. He said, yeah, what time? Told him 6:10, and he completely forgot. And the entire clubhouse just ragged on him for it because as soon as I got in the next day, you should have known that when you asked McSweeney. The 0-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Whatever Morgan McSweeney is, I can tell you this, he's a dang good pitcher. He picks up his first strikeout and faces the minimum here in the top of the 8th. We're on to the bottom of the frame here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 10-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Bottom of the 8th here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox will try one final time to increase what's a 10-2 lead hoping to close out this 6-game series with Erie with back-to-back wins. Would be their first set of back-to-back wins since May 8th when they swept a doubleheader with the Harrisburg Senators. Erie will dip into their bullpen what should be one final time as they pull out right-hander Gerson Moreno to make his second appearance of this series. Yaya Shentuf departs, his line a little funky, not too pretty, and eventually he tossed 1 inning, gave up 5 runs. Hudson Askin, the first batter here in the 8th, and the first pitch misses high for Moreno. It's a ball, 1-0. 1 inning, 4 hits, 5 runs, only 1 earned, however, for Shentuf because of an error against the first batter. That was Haskin. He reached on a throwing error by the third baseman, the 1-0. Blazing fastball at 96 miles an hour, but it misses wide. Count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Shentuf didn't strike anyone out, didn't walk anyone, but again, 5 runs, of which only 1 was earned. Changed it from a 5-2 game to a 10-2 game. And a brief moment called as Moreno stepped off the back of the mound. Is he asking for a new baseball? Looked like he was a little confused about something that the umpire was doing, but he comes set and fires the 2-0. Haskin watches high. Oh, it wasn't time called. Moreno was called for an auto ball. I didn't see the umpire throw up ball 3 there. So Haskin draws the leadoff walk.
Third baseman, Cesar Prieto.
So Haskin has reached to lead off his second consecutive inning now. The Baysox have had the leadoff man aboard for over half of their innings this game, now 5 of 8. Here's Cesar Prieto, righty on lefty in the first pitch, misses wide, very up and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Let's tell you a little bit about Gerson Moreno. He's very familiar with the Eastern League and the Seawolves themselves. 6 foot, 218-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Yamasa in the Dominican Republic. He fires the 1-0 to Prieto, but it misses wide, count to 2-0. Tigers signed him as a minor league free agent in 2020, but that's after he was already originally signed by the Tigers as an international free agent out of the Dominican, and then at one point released before being re-signed. So it's technically his second stint. He hasn't really ever played with another club, though. Here's the 2-0. Fastball spoiled foul the other way. 96-mile-an-hour juice on the top half of the zone. Counts a 2-1 on Prieto, who's riding a 2-for-4 day, his first multi-hit game at the AA level. Runner at first, nobody out in the bottom of the 8th, an 8-run lead for Bowie. As the 2-1 comes in, Prieto smokes it foul again the other way, and the count goes even at 2. So this season, Moreno has made 12 appearances, and he's gone 2-0 with a 2.35 ERA. 15 and a third innings of work. The walk numbers have been his trouble. He struck out 28, but walked 13. That's the most out of the bullpen for Erie this season. Here's the 2-2. Prieto fouls it off again, this time into the netting left side, and the count sticks around. How many of these has Prieto fouled off? At least 4. Let's see if Haskin tries to take off at any point. He's only attempted 3 steals. 2-2 pitch, misses wide, and the count fills. First full count that Prieto has seen this season, or this afternoon. Actually, hadn't even seen a 2-ball count all day. And he's run it full here. Here's the payoff. Prieto pops it foul behind home plate and out of play. Now, I remember looking at the numbers the last time Moreno took the mound for Erie. It was earlier in this series, I believe on Wednesday. Yeah, he tossed 2 scoreless innings against Bowie. Struck out 3. Only base runner was a hit by pitch. And I was looking at his numbers, and I noticed that he has made his career here in Erie. The payoff. Prieto knuckles it foul again on that 96-mile-an-hour fastball inside. Plate appearance will extend to a 9th pitch. But Moreno has made about, I want to say about 160 total appearances in the minor leagues, and about 80 of them have been with Erie. over half of his career. Another payoff. Prieto serves it into center field, but not deep enough. De La Rosa reading it, curling in on the warning track and making the catch. What a battle. Finally won by Gerson Moreno. Every single strike was a pitch fouled off by the left-hander before finally flying out to center field. Did run up the count at least a little bit on Gerson Moreno. But with a 10-2 Bowie lead, all Erie wants out of Moreno is just to finish this inning. They don't have much of an anticipation of probably putting on 8 runs in the ninth and needing someone for the bottom of the ninth. Here's Joey Ortiz. First pitch misses up and away. Count starts out at 1-0. Ortiz is having such a good couple of days at the plate for Bowie. Had career-high 4 RBI yesterday. Had another run driven in the 7th inning today. Has a pair of singles. As the 1-0 is called a strike in the lower outside corner. Count goes even at 1. He's had a tough time on the base paths, though. That's where Joey has run into trouble. Yesterday, he got thrown out trying to advance on a throw from his double that scored 2. He got thrown out at third. And he's been thrown out on the paths twice today. 1-1. Check swing, called a strike on a low changeup. Count goes to 1-2. He got picked off by the pitcher in the 4th inning and then got thrown out on a soft grounder with the bases loaded. A ball hit back to the pitcher's mound. He was thrown out at home. The 1-2 pitch. Slider misses away and scoots between the wickets of the catcher. On to second base, Haskin. Wild pitch puts runner in scoring position with a 2-2 count. And 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. The fact that Moreno has spent so much of his career here with Erie, the fact that he's still only 26, tells you how he can still maybe have a path. It's obviously been such a tough road for him through injury and through some just erratic deliveries. The prevailing story for him has always just been trouble with his slider. When it's working well and when it gets the break it needs, picks up swings and misses like it's nobody's business, but when it's not working, they're meatballs. Here's the 2-2 to Ortiz. Fouled off into the netting right side. Count stays. And you'd have to think that with so much time spent in this organization and with this specific affiliate, something's got to figure itself out soon, and he should be able to climb the ranks, finally. That's what you hope for someone who's been working at it for this long. The 2-2, driven up the line, first base side, but foul. That one will hit off of the fence in front of the Baysox clubhouse. Count stays even at 2. But it is also a tough situation for a guy like Moreno, considering he's been around so many different staffs. Could be getting conflicting information over the years that he spent. Here's the 2-2. Misses down, and Ortiz sticks around for another as the count runs full. That was the 7th pitch of the plate appearance. First full count that Ortiz has seen today. Runner at second, 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and time called by John Rossoff behind the dish. This next pitch will already be number 20 for Gerson Moreno. He's only collected 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Right-hander sets. Fires the 3-2. Ortiz bounces it high. Baltimore chopped to second. Runner will advance. The throw gets to first just in time. So a productive out as Haskin is at third. Hanley will step to the box on what's been a great day for him at the plate. Pair of runs scored, a pair of runs driven in, and a pair of hits. Double in the 2nd, single in the 7th. He also walked in the 4th. First pitch home. Hanley watches fastball hit the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. In the top of the 9th, the Baysox will lean on Morgan McSweeney to try and finish it up. Of course, not a save situation and a 10-2 lead, but he'll face off against 7, 8, and 9 in the Erie lineup to try and close it out. Here's the 0-1. That fastball was better on the zone than the previous called strike, and they just called it a ball. I'm not sure what... Wow, I'm not sure how you make that. There was a little bit more movement on that pitch, I suppose. The 1-1. Called a strike in the lower outside corner. That's that slider from Moreno. It's looking like it's pristine, accurate self today. Runner at third, 2 away. And now a 1-2 pitch to Hanley. Served out toward left and down for a base hit. Haskins scores as Hanley's done it again. His first 3-hit day of the season is yet another RBI single, this time to left field. The Baysox advance to an 11-2 lead. So Hanley up to 12 runs driven in this season, as J.D. Mundy will step in. He's scored twice, does have a double in the 6th inning as well, 1 for 4 overall. Here's the first pitch from Moreno. Mundy swings through it, a changeup. Count starts out at 1-0. It really is just that 3-pitch offering for Moreno, fastball, slider, and a change, because his slider is so strong and because his fastball can get up to 96 with good accuracy. Not much more that he needs. The 0-1. Bounced over to the right side and through the gap into center field for a base hit. Going first to third, Hanley. Mundy stops at first with a single, but it's a 2-hit day for J.D. Mundy. The 17th hit of the afternoon for Bowie. Check that, the 16th. The 16th hit of the afternoon for Bowie is another 2-out single.
Left fielder, Andrew.
And the Baysox have them at the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Looks like that's going to be the change. There was a right-hander that had just gotten up and moving. Looks to maybe be Chavez Fernander. Gabe Alvarez, the Seawolves manager, is out of the dugout and immediately gets the ball. So, yes, there will be a pitching change as Moreno is up to 26 pitches after just 2 outs. So Chavez Fernander will take over for the Seawolves as the Baysox try to continue the onslaught. They lead 11-2 here in the bottom of the 8th with runners at first and third and 2 outs. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, we continue with the bottom of the 8th here in Bowie as the Baysox continue to pour on. 11 runs on 16 hits for the Baysox as they've chased yet another pitcher for Erie. Gerson Moreno is out. He came in to start the 8th, but could only pick up 2 outs. Gave up a walk before getting a flyout and a groundout, but then back-to-back singles. One by Maverick Hanley to score a run, and one by J.D. Mundy to push Hanley to third base. So Chavez Fernander, right-hander, will take over, facing off against Andrew Dashbach. The line on Moreno is not final, 2/3 of an inning with 2 hits. So far, 1 run. Could go up to 3. Didn't strike anyone out and walked 1 batter. Chavez Fernander, a 6'3", 205-pound, 24-year-old right-hander. He's a native of Freeport in the Bahamas. 35th round draft selection in 2018. Fires the first pitch to Dashbach, and it swung on and missed inside a curveball. 0-1 to start. Dashbach started the day 2 for 2, but he's 2 for 4 overall. Had a 2-run home run in the 2nd and singled to right field in the 4th. Since then, he's struck out and popped out to first in foul territory. First and third with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-0-1 is swung on and missed low. Fastball runs the count quickly to 0-2. Again, in the top of the 9th, it'll still be Morgan McSweeney for Bowie, facing off against Cabrera, De La Rosa, and Rossoff to try and finish this game out for the Baysox. Fernander, from the first base side of the rubber, sends the 0-2, and Dashbach just pieces it foul. Fastball up and in. A little bit of the handle as the count holds. Well, Maverick Hanley has been on such a run lately for Bowie. His 3-for-4 day today could very well punch up his batting average in the month of May to over 300. Wind out to left field as Fernander delivers another 0-2. Dashbach watches low and away. Curveball runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Chavez Fernander has made 6 appearances for Erie this season with a 1-1 record, a 3.12 ERA, 8 2/3 innings, with 9 strikeouts and 4 walks. He fires the 1-2 to Dashbach, and it's fouled off again. High fastball keeps the count the same. Fernander came in Thursday's 17-1 clobbering when Erie just had everything clicking for them. He tossed 2 scoreless innings. Here he's trying to pick up 1 out. The 1-2 misses down and gets past Rossoff off his ankle. Handley scores from third. That's another run on a wild pitch. That's the second time this game, and it makes it 12-2 Bowie. 12 runs on 16 hits for the Baysox. It's nowhere near their season high in runs. Can't forget that 20-6 drubbing of Akron back in mid-April, but it's up there. And it does tie their season high in hits. Here's the 2-2. Grounded off the mound, up the middle, a base hit. Big chance for Mundy to score. He rounds third as the ball is picked in center field. Mundy's home. And it's a 2-out RBI single for Dashbach. The Baysox add on another. It's 13-2. Dashbach's third RBI of the day. He's up to 15 on the season. His third hit of the day. That's his first 3-hit game of the year. And now Christopher Cespedes will step up with runner at first and still 2 away. Both runs there charged to Gerson Moreno. He finishes with 3 runs allowed, all earned. First pitch to Cespedes, popped up on the infield left side. Lipsius ranges over into foul ground and pulls it in to end the inning. But not before the Baysox pile on 3 more runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left on. We're on to the 9th here at Prince George's Stadium. The Baysox have a big, cushy lead to close out this series. It's 13-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists, base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On to of the ninth here at Prince George's Stadium, a 13-2 Bowie lead. Pretty sure this isn't a safe situation for Warren McSweeney. I could check, but I'm pretty sure, as he comes on for his second inning of relief. Faced the minimum in the eighth thanks to a double play, and he'll deal with the bottom three in the Bowie lineup here in the ninth to try and wrap this game up. Daniel Cabrera, left-hander, will lead it off for Erie. First pitch home. Misses up and away a fastball from McSweeney, and the count starts out at 1-0. Cabrera came into today, a very slow start to the series, but since then he's picked up. After starting 0 for 11, including a fly out to center field in the second, he's since had a single, a triple, and a run scored. He grounds this one over to the left side. Picked at the knee by Prieto. He spins and fires to first. That's a quick 5-3 putout. I was about to combine the words Prieto and pirouette as he spun, but I just couldn't get it done. I'm sorry, I failed you. As the first out, and the Baysox are 2 outs away from wrapping up this series with a win. On to Eric De La Rosa. That's a tongue twister. Prieto pirouettes before firing. Can't. Here's De La Rosa, first pitch. Up and in. That one brushed him off. Bumped the helmet a little bit off his head, too, just as he was jolting out of the way of it, and the count starts out at 1-0. It's been an 0 for 3 day for Eric De La Rosa. Again, just his first start in this series. Next pitch. Misses high, a fastball from McSweeney, and the count goes to 2-0. He was all around the Tigers organization last year. 104 games split between low A, high A, and double A. Didn't get too much time with Erie as he fouls off this next pitch to the right side. Count goes to 2-1. Just 29 games with the Seawolves last year. Did have 3 homers and 8 runs driven in, but that's it. Bases empty, 1 away, the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Low fastball from McSweeney, and the count goes even at 2. Bowie ahead 13-2 here in the top of the ninth inning, trying to close up shop before they hit the road for 2 straight weeks to face off against Altoona and Harrisburg. Here's the 2-2. Flared foul right side. Count will stay. Now, he went to a very prestigious junior college. De La Rosa did. Grossmont Junior College. Marcus Giles went there, former All-Star. Next pitch, driven high out toward left field. Not deep enough as Dashbach backs up on it and makes the bucket catch almost at the shoulder just in front of the warning track. That was a sky-high shot by De La Rosa, and it's the second out of the inning. Baysox 1 out away as John Rossoff will dig into the dish. Righty on lefty as they shift a little bit to pull on Rossoff. First pitch. Called a strike. Changeup hits the inside edge, and the count is 0-1. Rossoff picked up an RBI single in the 7th inning. So far, that's one of only 2 runs for Erie today as the Baysox lead by 11. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing, high fastball, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Well, I said it, McSweeney ran into a bit of trouble his last time out, but really trying to restart that scoreless streak, and he's off to a good start here. Pitches have been placed well, getting the contact he likes. The 1-1 misses just wide a changeup, and the count to 2-1. But right now, as he is in his second inning, isn't really getting the swings that he might like. There's a lot out of the zone here in this frame. Wind out to center field as the 2-1 comes in. Rossoff shoots it high and deep out toward the right field corner. This is a huge run for Christopher Cespedes. Now to foul ground. Ortiz squares it up, but it just hits off the top of the Baysox bullpen in foul territory. Ortiz saw it. He reached his glove out for it, but I think it was just a little too high up. And, of course, the walls here at Prince George's Stadium are very, very high. At minimum, they're at least 5 feet. So you really have to be able to reach up high if you want to make a catch like that. So the count stays even at 2. And the pitch home. This one driven high the other way towards shallow left. Dashbach running. Out is Prieto, but it's still out of play. This one a little bit further into the Seawolves bullpen, but the count will hold, still even at 2. Bowie ahead 13-2 here in the top of the ninth inning. McSweeney trying to finish it out. Hoping to essentially go 6 up, 6 down. Another 2-2 to Rossoff. Down and inside, a changeup. And the count fills. Rossoff this season hasn't seen too many full counts. He's actually only seen one other. He drew a walk. McSweeney sets at the chest, and the payoff pitch is checked on and in the dirt for ball 4. Well, the way that one ricocheted off of Maverick Handley, I thought that it might have gotten part of Rossoff's bat. So I wanted to initially call it foul, and I'm glad I held off. That's the second walk given up by Morgan McSweeney today. Just the 4th overall by Baysox pitching, and it goes back to the top of the lineup for Dylan Rosa. Well, when Bowie wraps this one up, they'll be on back-to-back wins for the first time in about 3 weeks. But they'll head off to face a hot team in Altoona. The Curve had been walloping the Harrisburg Senators for pretty much the entire week before Harrisburg started what was 8 innings of a no-hitter and eventually picked up a walk-off win last night to break their own 6-game losing streak. First pitch to the right-hander Dylan Rosa is a fastball called for strike on the bottom edge of the zone. It's 0-1. But Bowie will play both of those teams, Harrisburg and Altoona, when they hit the road for 12 games starting on Tuesday. Here's the 0-1. Rosa skies it out to right field fairly deep. Cespedes running a long way to the foul line, loses the hat, slides, and it falls in foul just in front of his slid leg. But it's quickly 0-2. Al McSweeney back to 1 strike away. Rosa 1 for 3 on the day, walked in the 3rd inning, singled in the 5th, but got taken out on a double play. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 7th and made it to 3rd, but was left stranded. Fans ready to bust out in joy for this one once McSweeney wraps it up. An 0-2 count on Rosa. The pitch home. Swing and a miss. He got him. Breaking ball down and away, and McSweeney closes the door, and the Baysox are winners once again. The final this afternoon, 13-2. Bowie has won back-to-back games for the first time in 3 weeks. A relieving feeling. We'll step aside here and be back in just a little bit to Prince George's Stadium. We got to wrap this one up and tell you all about it because it's been a fun one. 13-2 this afternoon. Baysox postgame is up next. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org. Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Sabanas.
Well, another great finish this afternoon at Prince George's Stadium as the Bowie Baysox are winners once again, this time a 13-2 winner over the Erie Seawolves to wrap up what was one of the longest homestands that you're going to see for quite a while. One of two 12-game homestands this year. Bowie finishes it with back-to-back wins. Matt Sabatas with you from the ballpark in Bowie as we get rolling with Baysox postgame. Let's go ahead and recap this one while we've got the time. We go all the way back in time to the faraway land of 1:06 p.m. when the first pitch came home from Antonio Velez to Dylan Rosa. And Velez, out of the gate, he was dealing. Got a fly out and another one, but did hit a batter for a base runner in the first. But after a quick ground out of Andre Lipsius, he was through the frame on just 9 pitches. The Baysox went down in order against Austin Bergner and sent the game into the second inning, where Velez did give up a leadoff walk, but fortunately faced only the minimum after that thanks to a strikeout, a flyout, and a fielder's choice. In the bottom of the second against Bergner, Cesar Prieto picked up the game's first hit. It was a single to right field. Joey Ortiz, though, flew out to right field, and Prieto was left at first. But Maverick Handley, he's been on such a stretch lately. He came up and delivered big. There goes Prieto. The pitch home is lined to left field. A base hit. That one goes to the corner. Let's see if Moore puts on the ghost sign for Prieto. He does. It's dug out by Rosa. It's sent home. The throw is late, and the Baysox take the lead. RBI double for Maverick Handley, and it's 1-0. That would not be the end of the day for Maverick Handley. Stick around. That would not be the end of the second inning either, though, because as J.D. Mundy flew out to right field, advancing Handley to third, Andrew Dashbach stepped up and made, well, pretty much Handley's position on the base paths irrelevant. As the 0-1 comes in, this one lasered up the line at third. It's trouble to the corner, and it's gone! Andrew Dashbach says goodbye. A line drive, 2-run home run to make it 3-0 Bowie. It'd be 3-0 for a little bit as the game moved into the third inning. Antonio Velez would give up his first base hit. It was a one-out single to Andrew Navigato, and with a walk mixed in, he had runners at first and second with the most dangerous hitter in the Erie lineup, Kerry Carpenter, up to bat. Things were looking a little bit dicey because Carpenter was a tying run, but Velez was undeterred. He struck out Carpenter and worked a ground out of Andre Lipsius to end the inning. After that, in the bottom of the third, the Baysox did get a leadoff base runner when Jordan Westberg singled off the mitt of the pitcher, stole second base, and moved to third on a wild pitch, but the Baysox couldn't bring him home. Back-to-back strikeouts by Bergner and a groundout stranded Westberg there, and the game moved to the fourth. Velez continued. He picked up 2 quick outs, a groundout and a strikeout. Gave up a single to Daniel Cabrera. That was Cabrera's first hit of the series, but stranded him at first base with a flyout to right. In the bottom of the fourth, the Baysox again accumulated base runners, but couldn't do much with them. Joey Ortiz reached on a leadoff infield single, but was picked off. Maverick Handley walked to replace Ortiz, but J.D. Mundy struck out swinging for the second out. Andrew Dashbach singled to right field to push runners at first and third, but Christopher Cespedes flew out to left field, ending Bowie's chances. On to the fifth inning, and Velez still didn't waste any time. A quick strikeout, did give up a single to Dylan Rosa, but eliminated him on a double play, and Velez would close his day out there. 5 scoreless innings with 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. In the bottom of the sixth, the Baysox were willing to go again or at the bottom of the fifth, rather, they were willing to go again as Hudson Haskin came up with a bunt single to push Gunnar Henderson to second base after Henderson had walked. Cesar Prieto stepped into the box, and, well, things got a little funky from there. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a slow tapper back to the mound. This could be 2. Gloved and sent to second, but Workman can't pick it. It's off his glove into right field, and Henderson speeds home to score. That'd be the 4th run of the day for Bowie, and that was more than enough for them to run from there, but obviously that add on a lot more as we continue with this recap. The only blemish that Bowie has run across pretty much this entire series at this point, now that they have salvaged 2 of the 6 games, was Kerry Carpenter. He came in firing once again and continued that stretch of home runs for the Seawolves. The 0-1. This one skied out toward right center field and deep. Haskin running back, looking for the wall, and it's gone. If someone's going to do it, it's going to be Kerry Carpenter. That's his 16th of the season and 5th of this series. A leadoff solo home run for Carpenter breaks the shutout and inches Erie closer. Bowie still leads 4-1. Carpenter's homer was the first at-bat for Adam Stauffer on the mound. Stauffer would eventually go 2 innings, and the Baysox would give him some insurance in the bottom of the 6th after J.D. Mundy led off with a double, advanced to third on a single by Christopher Cespedes, and eventually scored on this single by Jordan Westberg. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a flare into center field and down for a base hit. Here comes Mundy. He'll score. The throw goes to third base as Cespedes stops at second, but it's an RBI single for Jordan Westberg, and the Baysox advance to a 5-1 lead. While it was 5-1, things were getting a little dicey for Stauffer in the 7th inning. He gave up a leadoff triple to Daniel Cabrera and an RBI single to John Rossoff. A fielder's choice replaced Rossoff with Dylan Rosa, and Andrew Navigato reached on a throwing error by Cesar Prieto. That made it 1st and 3rd with 2 away, and again, Kerry Carpenter up to bat, who had the home run. It was a 5-2 game, so Carpenter represented a tying run. A big battle for Stauffer. Stauffer looks for the punch-out. The 1-2 is in there for strike 3. Froze him with the curveball, top half of the zone, and the tying run struck out with 2 runners left on. That would be the last batter Stauffer faced. He went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs, both earned, 3 strikeouts, no walks. In the bottom of the 7th, the Baysox rallied once again against Yaya Shentoof, the second reliever out of the pen for Erie. After Hudson Haskin reached on an error to open the frame, Cesar Prieto doubled, and Joey Ortiz singled to score Haskin. It was the first RBI of the day for Ortiz in his 23rd of the season, his 5th in 2 days. Then Maverick Hanley stepped in the box. He's really been seeing the ball well. He had another RBI single for his 2nd ribby of the day. And as the lineup just turned back around to the first batter, Jordan Westberg, the day just kept getting worse for Yaya Shentoof. First pitch, Westberg scorches it to left field. It's down for a base hit. Scoring from third, Hanley. Rounding third and coming home Mundy. It's a 2 RBI double for Jordan Westberg, making it a 9-2 Bowie lead. In the top of the 8th inning, Morgan McSweeney took over for Bowie. He gave up a leadoff walk to Andre Lipsius, but got him on a double play, 5-4-3, and struck out Gage Workman to quickly end that threat, and turned things over to the bottom of the 8th inning, where Hudson Haskin drew a leadoff walk against against Gerson Moreno, rather. Moreno was having a tough time dealing with a couple of the next batters, lengthy plate appearances. Hudson Haskin advanced to second on a wild pitch and then to third on a ground out. That brought in Maverick Hanley, who just continued to hit it well today. Runner at third, 2 away. And now a 1-2 pitch to Hanley, served out toward left and down for a base hit. Haskin scores as Hanley's done it again. His first 3-hit day of the season is yet another RBI single, this time to left field. The Baysox advance to an 11-2 lead. Now the first 3-hit day of the season for Hanley as the Baysox continue to pour it on. J.D. Mundy would reach on a single, putting runners to first and third, and that would chase Moreno from the game. Andrew Dashbach would step in against new reliever Chavez Fernander and immediately served up those inherited runners to home. And it does tie their season high in hits. Here's the 2-2. Grounded off the mound, up the middle, a base hit. Big chance for Mundy to score. He rounds third as the ball is picked in center field. Mundy's home. And it's a 2-out RBI single for Dashbach. The Baysox add on another. It's 13-2. After that, Dashbach would call it a day with 3 runs driven in, and Morgan McSweeney would polish off the 9th with this great strikeout. An 0-2 count on Rosa. The pitch home. Swing and a miss. He got him. Breaking ball down and away, and McSweeney closes the door, and the Baysox are winners once again. The final this afternoon, 13-2. Bowie has won back-to-back games for the first time in 3 weeks. A relieving feeling. Relieving indeed. Once again, that final, Erie scores 2 runs on 6 hits with 2 errors. They left on 8. The Baysox score 13 runs on a season's-high 17 hits with 1 error. They also left on 8. Antonio Velez is the winning pitcher. It's his first of the season. He's 1-5. Austin Bergner is the losing pitcher. He falls to 1-2. No saves. The game was played in 2 hours and 42 minutes in front of a paid attendance at Prince George's Stadium of 2,435. With the loss, Erie falls to 25-20 on the season, a 2-game losing streak for the Seawolves, as they're now 12-12 on the road. With the win, the Baysox move to 16-27 on the year, a 2-game winning streak for Bowie. They're now 11-15 when playing in front of the home crowd at Prince George's Stadium. That concludes the 12-game homestand for the Baysox, and now they look ahead to a 12-game road trip between Bowie and Altoona and Bowie and Harrisburg. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but for now we step aside. We'll look around the Eastern League and the Orioles organization as a whole when we return. One more segment of Baysox postgame comes your way soon after a 13-2 winner this afternoon at Prince George's Stadium. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox postgame.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Hey, Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Back to Prince George's Stadium one final time this afternoon for a big Bowie win. It's Baysox postgame, and I'm Matt Sabatis after a 13-2 winner for Bowie to close out this 6-game set with Erie in this 12-game homestand at Prince George's Stadium. Let's go ahead and take a quick look around the rest of the Eastern League, see how some of the other teams have fared. Boy, Altoona, after rattling off 4 wins to start out their series with Harrisburg, they just had 2 heartbreakers to close it up, didn't they? After nearly being no-hit and eventually walked off in yesterday's game, they got walked off again tonight, or this afternoon at FNB Field. They had a 4-3 lead going into the bottom of the 9th, but gave up 2 runs in the home half for Harrisburg's 2nd consecutive walk-off. The Senators have won back-to-back games. It was an easy win for Somerset today over Portland. They put on 4 runs in the first, and they liked that so much they did it again in the second, eventually winning 12-4 over the Sea Dogs. There's 1 game still in action, and that's Richmond and Hartford. Oh my goodness, that's not a typo, is it? Richmond put on 3 runs in the second. They did it again in the third. They put on 7 runs in the fourth, and then again in the sixth. It's 20-2 Richmond over Hartford. Oh, that has been a tough road trip for the Goats on the back half. Obviously, since they picked up 5 of 6 against Bowie on the front half, they're still doing okay. But that's going to be a long bus ride back to Connecticut for the Goats after a game like that. And then 2 late games this evening. I'm not sure what the schedulers were thinking when they put Reading and Binghamton at 5:15, and then Akron hosting New Hampshire at 6:05 at Canal Park. I feel bad for those Fisher Cats having to take what's in essence one of their longest trips of the year. They had a 2-weeker against Erie and now Akron, and they have to leave after a 6:05 game against the Ducks at Canal Park to get back to New Hampshire. Ooh, that is a tough one. That's how the rest of the Eastern League looks, however. We'll see at the Orioles organization for now. It was a good day for Norfolk. They put on 5 runs in the second inning, and that was all they needed to eventually beat Gwinnett 8-4, closing out that series with a win. Aberdeen held off a late charge by Wilmington. That's the Nationals affiliate. 6-4, the final today, down over at Frawley Stadium. That's up in Delaware. Aberdeen now 31-12 on the season. And then it's another late Sunday start, 5:05 over in South Carolina as Charleston is set to host Single A Delmarva. But again, the score we care about most on this production is that of Bowie's, and it was a good one today. 13-2 the final over the Erie Seawolves in the finale of this 6-game set. These two sides will meet again next month. The Baysox will make the trip up to Erie to actually close out the first half of the season when they play the Seawolves for a singular 6-game road trip starting on June 21st through the 26th. But for now, the Baysox will turn their attention to the start of the 12-game road trip coming their way on Tuesday when they hit the road to face off with the Altoona Curve at People's Natural Gas Field in Altoona. It'll be Drew Rahm, the left-hander, with a 2-1 record and a 4.76 ERA, getting the ball for Bowie, while Cameron Mazonski will get the ball for Altoona. Right-hander is 0-2 with a 4.30 ERA. It'll be a 6 o'clock first pitch from People's Natural Gas Field, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 5:40. If you've got the time, I hope you stop by, of course. But for now, we have to say goodbye as we conclude with Baysox postgame one final time. It's Bowie over Erie 13-2. We'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.